welcome back again di Watch Party Paperrex versus DFM guys. Ya, ini lagi mati guys ya, Icebox, Sunset, dan Lotus guys.
We have a lot of teams that are actually avoiding it, just like that final battle we have here, the picking Lotus or letting Lotus rather be the decider instead.
Yeah, pretty curious about that. I mean, we saw the deadlock on Lotus for DFM the last time. It didn't look like the ideas were fully fleshed out. They had similar problems on Haven. It seems like the three-site maps are a little troublesome for DFM in terms of their calling and their overall game strategy. But Icebox, I mean, I think Icebox Sunset just leans pretty well for Paperrex. They've been really good on it.
Selamat siang ya, belum sore guys ya. Kita Watch Party Paperrex dulu guys ya, udah mulai ke Bang Cio nih lagi abis mapik guys ya. Icebox map pertama guys. Apakah bisa guys? Welcome guys, by the way gue baru upload short sama TikTok terbaru guys, dicek aja guys ya. Lucu tuh, lucu banget tuh, lucu tuh. Lucu guys, gak bohong, lucu guys. Promosi dulu bro, lucu banget guys, lucu guys, yakin gue lucu bro.
And here I thought we were gonna get Haven again, so maybe.
Lagian juga nih DFM main udah, Paperrex tuh main udah gak ada beban cok, iya gak sih guys?
I know, but no, I feel like, you know,
Apa
Icebox
RRQ
is
upper
also
group
linking
bang?
a lot of potential highlight plays are gonna come out here, especially
masa kalah sih lawan DFM, ya harusnya gak kalah, tapi ini udah gak ada beban guys. 6 tim yang ke playoff udah ada guys, jadi kayak udah gak ada apa lagi guys. Paling nyari seeding ya, coba kita cek ya, nyari seeding.
Pretty hard on how their initial plays are on Icebox. The last time that we saw them here was against RRQ, and it did go, you know, a little bit farther. I think RRQ still won the series, but it was very close, and that was, I think, testament to how much improvement DFM has gotten from stage 1.
Harusnya Paperrex sih, harusnya di upper ya.
Trying to do. Now it's just trying to see how.
Dari sisa lawannya tinggal 3 kan. Ini sama ntar in DFM Zeta sama ini ya. DFM RRQ sama Zeta terakhir ya.
While the tournament or the stage is still ongoing.
Yeah, there's still there's still a statement to make, right? And of course, you know, this is still Pacific, and this is still the best region in the world. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, of course. So, and DFM, you know, they just capture the hearts of everybody. Just because, you know, you have a lot of times where you have teams that, you know, are winning all the time, just like Paperrex, and then you have this one team that was winless last year, managed to get that one win in stage 1, another win. It's like slowly they're improving, and you know, everybody's had those moments where you're like, you know, you're just trying, and it doesn't seem like it's enough. One day it is. Is this still about DFM? Maybe not. But it's why they also have such a massive fan base.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's incredible players on this team. It's just the consistency hasn't been there. The game plans kind of seemingly crumble at times where they're not really able to keep up with what they want to do. Or the other teams are able to quickly kind of tear apart the ideas that and then they start having to rely on May to be incredible. Yeah, May's made his name throughout the world. Like everybody's talking.
YouTube gue guys, udah upload belum? Udah harusnya sih. Apa suaranya coba hilang anjing? Oh, suara ngebak tiba-tiba bro. Oh shit, dude.
Different areas in the team.
I think that, you know, it's also way too much, right, for one player, especially since he's still so young. There's still so much potential to unlock here. And on the other side, of course, Seagate, who is pretty much a veteran. You have Jing.
Tim bagus lain Paperrex apa bang? Ada Genji, ada RRQ, anjay. Chain Together jam 5 harusnya guys ya.
At least compress their entire team and play on maps that they can not really get.
Ntar gue buat streamingnya guys. Ntar gue buat streamingnya udah mau kelar Watch Party guys ya. Oke. Seru sih guys. Ini pertandingannya udah seru sih guys. Kamu udah belum Bang Cio? Udah, thank you ya nanya ya.
Well, we've been talking a lot of praises about DFM, but when we bring up our predictions,
mandi dulu, gak usah mandi lah, ngapain mandi bro?
We pretty much have to call it like this. There is a clear favorite here, and there is a clear underdog.
Jam 5, tapi kalau main 3 map gimana Bang Cio? Ya udah lihat nanti guys.
Which was like Genji and Bleed, where Bleed brought it very close.
Apa sih anak-anak Zaya ngikutin gua sih katanya guys. Kalau misalnya gua kelar jam 5-an ya jam 5-an.
Yeah, sure, of course. They're good enough.
Baru bangun bang, iya baru bangun. Muka gua kelihatan banget ya guys ya. Muka gua kelihatan banget kayak muka bantal banget ya guys ya. Ya nggak sih? Yang paling bagus sekarang apaan bang? Paperrex lah kalau di Asia guys. Walaupun belum juara-juara ya kalau di internasional ya. Tapi JJ juga oke sih. JJ tapi lagi naik turun sih guys. Kemarin lawan Bleed aja tuh 2-1 kan dia ya.
not really been willing to pull
Gue tidur
out.
juga belum lama sih guys. Gue tidur tuh jam berapa tadi ya? Gue tidur tuh jam gue habis ngedit TikTok itu guys. Gue bikin TikTok sama short itu kayak ngedit sampai jam 5.30, 5.40 lah. Main handphone jam 6 tidur guys. Bangun jam 12an tadi, 12.30 lah.
Something back on just the rifle because he has
RRQ lagi bagus nih bang, semoga RRQ tetap menjaga konsistensinya ya. Biar bisa ke champion guys, top 3 lah. Yalah ke champion, tapi championnya di Korea bro.
You know, they start to really get that advantage.
RRQ lawan Monster selalu keras, lawan Kroco kalah, iya.
Why don't you just say that to Paperrex's faces yourself, okay? So let's bring up Alex, who will join us for a quick
Kalau
interview.
JJ nggak dapat top 3 bang, kasih tim main yang ngandelin champion point betul. Ya itu udah keuntungannya JJ lah.
You may come over here and take over the talking tactic there. As I was just saying,
lagi nih si
how
Alex?
Paperrex has it's just kidding. No, first question want to ask. Not a lot of coaches are as lucky as you that you have players, you have a core that you've stayed with for a very, very long time. What's it like for you as a coach to be able to invest?
DFM event menang nggak lolos bang, udah pasti nggak lolos guys. T1 pun nggak lolos guys ya, mohon maaf ya.
I mean,
Mohon maaf ya Ciagar ya.
this question is I've never done the opposite, right, which is to jump teams. So the only thing I can say is I enjoy the experience, you know, like I've grown with them. I think we've gotten better, me as a coach and them as players over time. I have the opportunity.
Kayaknya Paperrex top 3, satu lagi bebas lah bang. Iya, tapi Paperrex kalau nggak top 3 gue rasa tim-tim yang top 3 Paperrex tuh bakal dapat championship point. Menurut gue sih sangat aman Paperrex guys ya. Menurut gue guys ya, nggak tahu kenapa ya.
The boys are really good.
Poinnya udah sangat tinggi guys. Masa dari championship point Paperrex kagak dapat gitu loh. Dari 3 yang masuk di atasnya Paperrex semua gitu, di bawahnya Paperrex semua gitu, nggak mungkin kan?
In my mind, something I've been seeing, and
Si champion point kan tiga top playoff sama satu dari championship point. Gue rasa di bawah Paperrex poinnya itu kemungkinannya kecil guys yang
more
masuk
kind of
gitu ya.
stock standard agent compositions. You guys have been widely known, right, for being kind of innovative.
Pemain terjago siapa bang? Pemain terjago.
ISO and the Yoru on Haven, stuff like that.
Ngomong, guys.
But like on Split,
MVP tuh ganti-ganti
Icebox,
tiap match ya.
maps like that,
Tiap musim
you're
tuh
kind of in
berubah-berubah guys, yang mainnya
a
lebih
zone.
bagus
You found,
siapa
like,
ada.
the old school meta, and that
Cuma
seems
kalau
to be
bisa
working
dibilang
for
di
you.
Pasifik
Can
ini
you
yang
tell me,
gila
like,
sih
the
Mei
thought
guys.
process
Jadi
of it
DFM ini
behind
gila
that?
coy si
Kind of,
Mei coy.
You know, I think a lot of
Mei itu kayak solo grind ya, solo leveling dia.
plays wild stuff, but now you're kind of
Proses
back
2
to
kelar
sort
itu
of
kemana
some
bang?
level
Tunggu
of
champion
normalcy.
guys, champion tuh Agustus
Yeah, I
ya.
think after Shanghai, I think we looked at it and we're like, okay, maybe we're trying too hard, you know, and I think we need to go back to basics, and basics means the meta, you know. So I think we're trying to see.
Tuh
and
katanya
learn
terlalu
from it
try hard
first before
guys.
we try anything special. So yeah, we are going back to some standard stuff, but there's a base. You know, it's gonna be a fun map. We'll see what happens.
Okay,
We've been
That's what I like
practicing
to hear,
some of
though.
this.
That's what I like to hear. Okay.
It's already available. Oh my goodness. Okay, so just gotta add from what Paperthin was, asking about the compositions and whatnot. You know, with
Ini Paperrex
all the
RRQ nomor bareng Bang Winda kah bang?
consistent and
Betul.
consecutive tournaments, with Masters.
Betul
and
sekali guys,
Stage
betul
1, Stage
sekali,
2,
betul
Has
sekali.
that kind of affected, or has that affected the way that you guys train? Do you guys just focus on the fundamentals as a team? Do you try to branch out with strats with little time to
Nah,
kind of
tohnya
prepare for
jadwal
the
Valo
next tournament?
panjang,
How do you
challengers
guys
aja
approach
di
this?
Jadi ada stage 3 bang. Oke, let's see.
I mean,
Kita bisa watch party
it's been
panjang
like a
sampai
super
akhir
condensed
tahun guys
season,
ya.
you know, so
Yeah.
it's hard. I
Maka
would
benar
prefer more
champion
time
Karemonnya
to
ada
try
Aespa
stuff
bang.
out,
Aduh,
but, you know, we came
gua
back
nggak
to the
kayaknya
winter break,
kemungkinan
and then
besar gua
suddenly
nggak jadi
and then suddenly
nggak jadi
4
ke
days
Korea
we play
guys
like
ya karena
and we have to use.
gua
there's new
tanggal
patches, we have to use, like, support
sebelum
stuff,
apa sih
try
tanggal
some new
champion
stuff,
mulai
take
tuh
some
gua ada di
risks.
sebuah negara juga guys.
We have to. I don't know. I think if you have a good system that's fundamentally strong, I think you'll be okay regardless of the patch. It's about refining it, right? And then there's also, I mean, we want to try stuff, you know. We want to.
Gua pengen sih ke Korea, cuma gua mepet banget cok. Agustus awal sampai Agustus tengah tuh gua ada pergi sama anak apa sih sama teman-teman lah.
Like, can be very,
Pergi ke sebuah negara, jadi gak mungkin
Our approach is basically just.
nggak mungkin sempet sih guys.
I know we're lucky.
Masa gua dari situ pindah ke Korea bro, gila bro.
But I imagine that if we were doing a little bit worse, zero, like we would stock standard everywhere.
Okay, fair.
I have to.
Kayak boros banget ya sih guys, dari situ pindah gitu.
I saw a big smile on your face when you said abyss. So not. I mean, like, I'm just curious.
Gua pun juga
what,
belum tahu buat visa Korea tuh gampang nggak ya, gitu guys ya.
Maybe potentially for future stuff. I mean.
Siapa yang nge-spill tuh? Venia, parah.
I can tell you
Nggak
what,
tahu, nggak tahu.
Why don't you guys guess
Nggak
who
boleh
fell
kasih
off
tahu,
first?
nggak boleh kasih tahu.
JJ?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Second to fall off. Second to fall off.
Was it someone?
First was Jason.
Jason, okay.
He hopped off.
I knew it was one of the two.
1 second later, JJ followed. So we were like 5v1 in the scrim, and we wanted to kill the guy at like I think it was B main.
Sekali seumur hidup bang, bawa aja bang. Enggak sih, kayak kalau misalnya gue pergi lanjut lagi ke Korea tuh kayak sebulanan gue nggak balik cok.
Di bomb site. He was standing there in
Kayak
the
2 minggu
smoke
pasti kan di Korea minimal 2 minggu lah sih. Nggak mungkin kayak cuma seminggu guys.
No, yeah, only those 3.
Oh, okay.
Ini 2 minggu lah.
So mind freak and something like holding
We're gonna fall off a lot.
Sebenarnya negara yang gue pergi tuh bisa langsung terbang ke Korea guys, deket.
That's why we love
Tapi udah terlanjur beli
this
tiket
and can't
pulang.
wait for it. But I do think we have a question from our viewers. So let's bring it up onto your screens. The Curious Wingman asks, is it easier when you have an assistant coach?
Pas sekarang kok cuma wasmati Pasifik bang, malah terkadang cuma wasmati Paperrex sama RTX doang bang. Lagi sibuk sih guys, yang lain pengen wasmati juga, cuman kadang-kadang kayak kemarin gue ada schedule Mawarhawk sama main horror, jadi kayak gak bisa wasmati. Kapan lagi nanti? Ayo mau main bang, Mas Boba, gampang, kabarin aja. Juli ya, sekarang udah Juli, oke Juli, pas Juli ya, kita mulai ke grup lagi deh. Berarti latih-latih lagi guys, kita main berlima lagi guys.
Helpful, you know what I mean? I think what we initially wanted him to do is come and work on our
Udah beli tiket PP, iya udah.
In the past, when I worked with him before, he used to be that was his greatest strength.
Cuma nanti lah guys ya.
And also like he had a unique view in the game of.
Kasih mod dulu ya, Mas Boba kasih mod ya. Iya.
And
Miau
the players know
miau
him,
miau
so it being mid-season, it was good to bring someone they're familiar with.
miau miau.
And then
Mas Bob mau dicek Kode nggak Mas Bob?
So this,
Aku
this
bisa
man
cek
has
Kode Mas Bob.
single-handedly killed the Alex's
Kita cek ya guys Mas Bob ya.
Policing him.
Just completely.
He's my therapist.
He's destroyed
My
it.
therapist.
Does he like put his hand like that when you're about
No,
to?
I haven't had the opportunity to yet. I mean, we've been okay. Even I wasn't very happy with DRX. I was quite upset, but then I just complained to him rather than defend him.
Oh, there you go. You have
no.
somebody to listen
Okay.
to.
Kalau
That's
saya
really
lihat,
good. I think we have time to squeeze in
Bobacot,
a special question from one of our
Andre
special viewers who
Herdanto,
would like to know which would taste more delicious in a
kamu
sundubu,
itu mempunyai
stew.
kodam
Wingman or just-
ya
No, I think you have to answer this one though.
keyboard putting 60 HE.
I don't think
Karena saya yakin dengan keyboard putting kamu dapat memberikan performa yang baik saat bermain Valorant
Okay, blue food wouldn't look good.
dan
so
kamu
you're
bisa meng-carry teman-temanmu nanti di
Oh,
WCT.
okay. So you got some wings over there in the stew. Well, thank you very much, Alex.
welcome.
Thank you very much
See
for
you
all your
guys.
insight.
Thank you.
Have fun. I
Good
hope we
luck.
play a good
All
game.
right. Well, I guess we know.
Duh,
I can't
gue sakit
wait
perut
for,
cok, jangan banyak tawa dah anjing, sakit perut gue mau boker lagi cok.
Really
I
excited for
know,
Abyss.
I know.
Maybe we
I'm
could
so
ask
excited
the
for it.
production to change the last map, you know?
Yeah.
From
Can we
Haven
just
to
get
Abyss?
Abyss in now?
Abyss is suddenly the decider for
Panel
all
has the
maps,
power.
by the way.
Rules be
Surprise.
damned. Like we're bringing Abyss in.
No, but it's really insightful to see, you know, a different side of Paperrex as well. It's really rare, I guess, for us
Lagi mau
to be
boker.
able to see
Kalau
all
main
this
thread gimana ya?
over time. Paperrex.
Karan, terima kasih bakal membership, bro. Area dari Masta.
As you know, the years go by because this team has just stuck together through thick and thin.
Yeah, and I actually
Bang,
wanted
Garpit kodamnya apa bang?
follow-up question to Alex, but
Cek
he already
kodam
answered it
nggak
with
gratis
how it
guys di
was,
sini guys ya.
You know, portraying both.
Gua kalau cek kodam soalnya gue
One
mengeluarkan
aspect,
banyak
does he have
energi
a
guys.
different view from the team? He didn't specify,
Gue tuh
of course,
mengambil
you know,
tenaga
probably
dalam,
like
tenaga
positioning
luar,
for them,
tenaga
but he did,
samping,
so that
tenaga
means
lemak,
that
dan
there is
tenaga
at least extra
matahari
stuff
ya.
that,
Jadi kayak agak banyak
someone
guys yang
else
harus
from
gue
different
keluarkan ya.
Point of view, different set of eyes, can look into what Paperrex is doing, kind of maybe change that
Bang,
up a
Mas
little
Boba
bit.
tadi
Maybe
banget
we're already
25.
seeing the effects of that in the previous matches that we've seen for Paperrex.
Yeah, it's always good to have an exchange of ideas. It's always good to have somebody, you know, to listen to talk to. That's why I appreciate you guys.
Aw.
What is this? What is this panel? Well, we are about to get into our first series of the day, PRX versus DFM. Any quick and
Udah mau mulai cok.
Let's go.
Wah, Mas Boba join membership superstar. Oh my god, selamat dong Mas Boba, welcome.
To our stage to get started.
Gila. Ngeri. Ya. Let's go. Welcome dulu guys, player guys. Hajime Maste. Watashi wa Rio des. Valorant match 2. Paperrex versus DFM. Itadakimasu. Kenapa semoga DFM menang? Beneran di give membership gak tuh guys? Terima kasih Mas Baba. Oh my god. Oh. Wow. Gelo.
First series of the day, Paperrex and DFM. Now, DFM says that they've prepared for the aggression that a team like Paperrex can bring, but many teams in VCT regions all over the world will agree that you can prep all you want for PRX, you will never be fully prepared.
In the sabos, you gotta bet you would be down on Bravo.
Until you played them a couple times. Then we've seen that some teams can get a handle on it.
Balio,
but
jam
I
5
mean, I
ya,
think
iya
DFM
ya, jam 5 nanti ya.
Look, they have a shot. They always do. It's just going
Let's
up
go,
against the number one
guys.
team in Pacific right now, who look really comfortable so far this stage.
Guys, thank you dulu guys sama Mas Bob,
Only
guys.
one slip up on Haven, really. Other than
Jam 5
that, they
chant
look
together,
really,
yes.
really clean. In my mind, in my eyes, Paperrex
Main Freak mode set boy ya bang. Oh iya, Main Freak abis ini ya guys ya. Abis kalau nggak salah, iya bener kan Main Freak abis broke up kan broke
And
up.
another thing here is how well can they really
Let's go
connect,
Jason.
you know,
Gue
the
denger dia tuh
abilities of
perawatan
May
terus
to the
coy di
rest of the
Korea
team.
coy, makanya
Sure,
makin
yeah,
glowing
yeah,
anjir.
We know how strong they can be when May is on the lead here, but the thing is,
Ya kan,
it
setahu gue
feels like
tuh
they haven't really
siapa
found that-
Jason tuh
that
perawatan
groove
terus
that
coy di
kind of
Korea coy.
locked in,
Andre,
as a
welcome to
team
membership.
that has-
Selamat
that can let them reach
datang.
that next level from the looks of it. On the side of Paperrex, it's just the kind of
Gelo,
things that hasn't been working out too well for them. But so far, it's been.
Iya kan,
pretty
kalau nggak
good.
salah
And
habis
again,
broke up.
here
Kalau
in the
nggak salah ya,
playoffs,
tapi
they're
gue
now
nggak
in the
tahu guys.
playoffs, They're just looking for more of those
Lihat dari
challenges.
Twitternya kalau nggak salah
Yeah,
ya.
I feel like yesterday, with regards to Bleed versus Genji, right? Talked a lot about eureka moments for the side of Bleed, for example. I feel like DFM have actually had
Karon,
those
terima
eureka moments
kasih
already
di
in the past,
membershipnya.
as compared to Bleed, that they're
Welcome,
still
teman-teman
waiting for it.
semua.
Probably happened yesterday, but DFM they have had it already. What they need to struggle with right now is really managing to
Bentar.
find that spark, keep it ignited.
Right, exactly.
Saudara Karon yang
The protocols need to be
kukasihi
a
dan
lot better.
kuhormati.
Everything needs to be cleaner for
Saya
DFM
melihat
here today.
jiwa-jiwa
It needs to look
bertarung
different
dalam
than it has so
dirimu.
far this year.
We'll see if it
Dan
is
yang bisa
indeed clean.
kukatakan
We'll toss it
kodam
over to
kamu
Will and
sejak kamu
Julius.
lahir sampai sekarang adalah
Thank you very much. Hello. Yes, let's get ready to get
Naga
into the
kecil.
action. Paperrex
Walaupun
already
kecil,
in a very
dia bisa
solid
membakar
spot.
sekitar,
Yep, DFM
bisa membakar
eliminated. We already have
kehidupan
our top
orang lain
16,
karena
but
kamu diciptakan menjadi
the
penguasa.
order in which you go into those playoffs could certainly change.
Yeah, it could change a lot, quite frankly, right? They're all very neck and neck. A lot of the teams tied up next to each other, so these remaining matches
Soleh,
they could have a
welcome
huge
to
impact because obviously the
membership!
first two seeds are going to have that huge advantage, getting one step closer to go directly into champions. And if you're not in the top two, then you're going to have to go through that single elimination
kecil
part
tapi
of
panjang,
the
bukan
playoffs,
gitu
which
maksudnya,
obviously that
guys.
could be a heartbreak.
Yes, it certainly can be, and we had plenty of that back in stage one. So teams definitely want to be avoiding that at all costs. And
Agak
still
7
just don't
senti.
really know who's going to be able to get it done. So
benar,
we'll see
Cok.
how they fare though going into this matchup here. Obviously,
Nah, capek cok, cek
very
kodam
much
cek kodam
stacked
cok
against
anjing.
DFM. They
Kita
have
mau watch
ways.
party
They
bukan
have
cek kodam,
had some
mem.
incredible performances. But Paperrex, right now in stage 2, have been looking like a different beast. As Paperthin was just saying, seems like they very quickly have just fixed all of the issues that we were seeing from them over at Master Shanghai.
Yeah, you know, the overconfidence, kind of the individual plays that started to creep up a little bit too much. They've really gotten rid of that. And even the
Apanya
Yes
mapnya?
matches where they look
Icebox,
just dominant
terakhir
already. Those
Lotus.
would be the matches where they would go the
Icebox.
craziest. But coming into stage 2, we've seen them
Apa
just say,
Heaven ya?
hey, let's
Lupa.
calm
Enggak,
things
Heaven
down,
di
right?
ban.
Take the foot off the pedal a little bit. We know we're dominating, but
Lupa
let's
gua,
just
Cok, Cok.
make sure that we're able to close it out. Don't give anybody
member
heart
Hololab
attacks.
ya, kenapa
And let's
Hololab,
just go
ding?
smooth sailing throughout stage 2. And I mean, honestly, if Paperrex
Menang
can do
Pedro
that
bang,
for
jangan
the
ntar bahu
entirety of
katanya.
stage
Gue
2,
diomelin
I
mulu
think
kalau Ron
they
menang
are going
Pedro,
to be
Ron menang
one of the
Pedro.
scariest
Bang,
teams
lu
ever.
jangan bikin
Yeah, I
bau,
mean, that
digituin
swing
mulu
shots
gua.
up right back
Kesel
to
gue
no
juga,
matter Where
bro.
they were ahead of Shanghai.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, if that's going to
Icebox, sunset, Lotus, or sunset.
Better watch out, and Gen G better be
Yeah.
watching their backs a little bit because
Yeah.
it's going to be another Pacific team who's going to be looking for that trophy. So we'll see how they do fare. But I mean, big matchup that we have in mind.
Ayo dong,
going into
Paperrex
this
dong, juara
series
lagi dong,
here
split
is,
dua
of
dong,
course,
bisa
going to be
dong.
May going against the likes
Bas,
of
kalau
Jing,
perhotelan
against
di mana? Dulu gue di
something, yeah,
GSTA
because
guys,
May
ada
has
guys.
been
Cuma 3
absolutely
bulan nggak sekolah sih,
incredible
lebih
in
ke
his own
akademi
right.
gitu lah.
But how does he fare
Akademi
against
dapat
some of the
sertifikat
best
guys
in
ya.
the region?
Yes, it has been very impressive that he's putting up very
Icebox
similar
Bapik
numbers that he's
DFM,
had, obviously,
true,
back
that's right.
in Challengers Japan, now here against
Oke,
the
tidak ada
top dogs of
perubahan guys
Pacific.
dari Paperrex guys
Competition-wise,
ya,
no
tidak
changes from
bermain
either
yang
side.
aneh-aneh,
DFM have been
tetap
sticking with
dengan
the Harbor
Sage Jing
Viper,
dan
one of the
Something
few teams
Jet
to still
dan
remain
KO
with that
for
double controller
Sakon
setup.
ya.
You still got the Killjoy, but this does mean that no flashes, so you're purely working off of sectioning off the
Info
map
locker,
one by one
ada locker,
with your
guys.
screens, whereas Paperrex, you still got
Locker stasiun, locker buat penitipan barang ada.
executes and entries, and then of course Jing on that
Titipinnya
battle
duit
stage.
kan, tinggal ketik www.jalintraksi.com/riodjaja. Kalian beli nominal 100.000 itu buat nitip duit guys. Ya, kalau kalian mau nitip duit di gue bisa guys ya. Cuma nggak tahu kembalinya kapan.
As we get ready to jump into the action here for our opening series of the day, last day of the week here in week 3.
Halo Ryuji, welcome.
Versus Paperrex. Let's see if this Japanese squad can do some damage to the playoff standing to Paperrex.
Let's go! 55% pistol rate, gelo.
Right off the rip, Mindfreak gonna be sticking with that Sheriff.
Gila, Mindfreak sekarang serip gaming, bro.
At long range, just prioritizing that, especially with, of course, now.
Alright, we'll see. B, masuk ke B guys, jarang-jarang ke B guys ya.
But it's gonna give them a bit of an advantage, even if they go to that open space of B here on the pistol. So we'll see the toxic screen default, if that's something they work with every round, or if it's just gonna be something to set up the pistol in this very first round.
Okay, guys.
It's just going to be one Sheriff here across both teams. That's in the hands of Mindfreak.
Wah, cok, flanknya 3, cok, anjing.
Already a bit of a pacey take over towards this B site here from Paperrex as something gets himself wrapped around back yellow.
Yeah, now DFM, they had emptied this entirely. No setups at all, so they have to be having a solid plan. Now, still being taken over by Paperrex. I love that. That expands their post plan quite a bit, and a nice shot from Mindfreak to open things up.
Finds one, but it's going to be traded out. Able to find return fire. Something down to 6 HP, and heal has already been expended. Jing used that on something just to go ahead and heal up some of the damage from that early turret.
Hey,
napak fix sendiri, hey! Gets himself a third as something gets dropped. Divine now last man standing in a 1v2.
Anjir, itu nge-pick sendiri, kenapa, cok?
Spike has been planted. Time is ticking. See if the Sultan can isolate and conquer. Couple shots across, and that's going to be Medusa down to 40, but he's just holding for this defuse. But reading that, swings back out, finds him through the smoke. Now Cess trying to go for the stick. Divine playing around with time here, utilizing it against him. Just not given the opportunity.
Let's go, B!
It's going to be a 3K here for Divine to go ahead and pick up the pistol right away.
I mean, you have to have
Let's go!
Such a duel
Let's go, let's go!
With a great swing around out from the site itself to wrap around Snowman as his teammates draw a lot of attention.
Tapi Mei ngeri banget, cok, Mei, anjir.
But Vi, I mean, you just know that he's gonna be the reliable clutch man. I thought he was kind of done going for the spams, right? He kind of spammed through on the first reload and decided to see if they would push him. But he just decides to go for one
masterclass from David.
Double check if that's the one that matters.
3-0 guys ya, langsung guys David guys. Mei mabar VIP nih bang, Mei gila banget ya. Tiap main ngeri banget bro.
Especially here in stage 2, the performances that he's been able to put up, especially when he has that operator in hand, has just been otherworldly. That's not seeing too much here.
Dapat rotate bro, udah kelamaan lagi.
Suspicion of what is occurring as DFM get the full rotate
Begitu
over
lagi,
towards this
anjing.
B site to see if they can try to deal some additional damage. As Paperrex has invested quite a bit, but it's going to be Medusa taken down first and foremost.
Something just backs up. And these are the moments we've talked about, right? In the past, he might have swung out 1, 2, maybe 3 more times as his teammates just get all the kills. And
nice! Ini baru something.
But he just waits to make sure
Mei kodamnya bang, ntar dulu guys, sampai si kodam lu, ntar gue lemes cok, kecapean gue.
On the kill that you saw on your own screen. And these are the small little changes that Paperrex has been looking for to try to go the extra mile.
Gila, looking strong, my boy.
It's going to be a very powerful PRX moving forward here into the bonus. Nice fan out, snappy shots here from Paperrex overall. Just be able to collect these kills, deny that damage coming through. Even with the Sheriff investments, is waiting for that high five.
Gila, mid, sarang mid.
They usually eventually get it, even if it's on the replay. Devi will have that outlaw as well. So still could do some solid damage as we do have 2 people with the half armors, Mei and Anthem. Some crucial members as well, right? The 2 that really have been trying to lead the team by example with their frags.
Oke, main slow. Anjir, gila mereka bisa kayak kontrol gitu ya. B di dulu midnya.
Continuing to just not apply any pressure towards that A site. Just continue to play around B. Maybe having assessed that widely DFM just like to leave Cess by himself in this position. They think that they can go ahead and overwhelm. Jiggle peek out. Yep, spots at least a couple players there. Solo Orb going to be coming through. Flash connecting, but no one swinging. Paperrex still biding their time with this. That means the DFM don't begin to rotate quite just yet.
Medusa's position is very good, though. As we do see Cess getting that opening kill. He's holding strong, and he has to hold strong because he doesn't have much backup.
Finds the second one. Spike now isolated here, back yellow. Jing opens things up a little bit more as Anthem will fall.
Nice, Jing!
Swing in, and he just managed to win out on that fight. So taking down Mei now, arriving, finds Jing, but it's instantly dealt with.
Mindfreak, what a sad boy kah?
Scooping up that Guardian. Puts one right between the eyes. 25 seconds remaining though. He's gonna make the call to try to rotate off here, or at least maybe audio bait. Medusa is here, and yeah, looks like they're gonna be committing to this.
Yeah, Medusa decides not to swing for it. Doesn't want to go for a potential 1v2 swing.
Yeah.
He's just gonna wait to
Baiting
see. And
ini susah sih,
Paperrex,
guys.
yeah, you said it. Time's running out. It's gonna have to turn into a 1v2 most likely on the plan.
Should be able to just about get it. Oh, just a hair before, but not enough. Yep, just swinging out, able to take him down. This one getting a bit overcooked from the side of Paperrex. They end up dropping this one as DFM will not allow for that bonus conversion.
Aman guys, harusnya dia kalau balik ke B enak tuh guys ya.
Weapons were taken out
Kan
of
tadi
their
kan
hands,
kelamaan
but
guys balik.
DFM, they get themselves on the board.
It's okay.
Yeah, and
It's okay,
a lot of
bonus
this,
itu
I think,
guys.
revolves around the fact that Medusa was pushed up so far, so he would know exactly when the rotate would happen. So they are feeling comfy that Anthem is there just to provide a little bit of extra backup. Cess accepts that he just has to fight for kills. And then once that happens, Neth doesn't have to use his utility until
si
they
Mei
know
serem
the
banget,
execute
coy, anjir
happened.
tuh.
That high tide
Top
comes out,
flag mulu
slows
dia ya.
Paperrex
Dia
down
kalau
enough
pindah ke tim
that
yang
they're not
kencang
able
sih
to push
kencang
through
sih
on
dia
that
guys.
bonus.
Some shades of Shanghai in that previous round. See how it looks going into this one.
Wih, udah keluar final barunya guys. Kenapa round 3 disebut bonus bang? Ya, iya bener.
Across the board between these two teams.
Karena round 3 itu adalah round dimana lu biasanya nggak beli tambahan rifle guys. Jadi kalau lu menang, bonus banget gitu buat lu bagus banget. Tapi kalau lu kalah ya udah nggak apa-apa.
So just making sure that they know the options of the rotates that are possible for Paperrex.
Waiting, Cloudburst coming down, just decides to go ahead and drop off. Self-protected as something
Nice.
to steady the aim. Finds a headshot, and that's going to be taken down. Harbor now eliminated from the side of DFM. Spike still not playing
nice.
the device, able to find one before getting traded out.
Nice one.
Just cannot try to escape.
Jangan pakai Phantom sekarang ya.
Taking his head off now. Wall in play. Anthem going to be noted with the 2v4. DFM, he just have to make the brutal call to save.
Yeah, I mean, you're spread out. You can't double team this.
4 lawan 2,
and your
aman guys
credits
ya.
aren't looking great.
Gak bisa bahasa Inggris ya bang. Iya itu dia sih guys
Trying to
sebenarnya
make a
guys.
move for it. Sure, if you
Kalau bisa
get an
bahasa
early
Inggris enak
pick,
banget tuh bro dia padahal bro.
maybe it's a 2v3. But Paperrex is playing this so well. I mean, they're bunched up on the site. No one is overextending. They've all got each other
Kalau
covered
jadi
at the
live
very least to
chain
make sure they
together bang.
can
Jadi
get
guys
the trades.
sore jam 5 jam 5.
Yeah, but that should be the signal for him to just say, all right, listen, they're not giving me an easy pick, and no one is coming out 1v1ing Cess either.
Yep, will just be the back away. Seth's just pulling all the way towards that B garage, just in case. And that's going to be Paperrex not allowing for DFM to string two together. Get themselves now up 3-1. Very clean stuff, just the trade's not really fully being able to come
Alright.
through for the side of DFM to make that
Bisa
bit
seru
more of
Sigma
an even
diturunin
matchup.
follow motion ime bang.
Have to just opt to hold on
Kemarin
to
juara
the
dia guys ya. Siapa
Yeah,
si
so
Sigma ya?
DFM is playing with quite a bit of
Apa sih
commitment on
plus
saying, hey, we're
3
going to
biji apa
take
sih guys
control of
maksudnya?
mid so that when we do know the rotates come through, we can be ahead of them. But what if they just never rotate, right? I mean, you
bro.
have to have that prepared. Maybe you're always going to have some good retakes, but you always have to be on the same page. And that just did not happen here on the A site. So it might not even matter that Paperrex never figures out that mid's getting, you know, completely
Gila,
controlled by
anjir.
DFM.
Flick-flicknya pada gila banget dah.
Just not care. There's been no lurks. There's just
Bagi-bagi
never
membership.
been
Iya, ada Mas
any
Boba
sight
tadi
line
bagi-bagi
for Paperrex
membership
into
guys.
mid.
Sama Karon.
Really
Kevin Leonardo, welcome to Kazoku ya. Thank you for join.
Full
Sebentar
focus
ya.
here on A.
Fokus game dulu ya. Thank you bro. Apa fotonya cewek ya?
0 point comes across. We'll have to go ahead and resheath them. Paperrex just poking and prodding, getting the
Itu
spot out,
senjatanya
decide
jing
to
banget,
rotate
cok.
off.
Vandalnya jing banget anjing. Jing kan suka sama
Sess is
kucing-kucing gitu
quite
kan.
far ahead on green. He's going to get first contact, but he's getting into a position where he has to watch too many angles.
He's got to check everything just to get himself far forward, and then as he's doing that, something strikes. Headshot found. Medusa pulling off mid. As the Vi hangs back on alert. Looks like he's not going to push up into that position. We'll just go ahead and rotate through green with the rest of the team. Reckoning at the ready, now going to be sent in. Neth.
Nice. Gila, cok. Ini dapat
He's already
Mei
taken
dari
down.
mana, bro?
Seagate finds a headshot. That likely shatters DFM's opportunity to try to get a retake going here now in a 3v5. They're out on the recon. Pop flash through for Seagate.
Whoa!
Able to mow down two. Looks like the Force cannot make that happen, but Divine will go ahead and quickly trade it out. 2 players
Let's
left
go!
standing. Paperrex now
Gelo
up to 4.
guys.
And
Oh, tikus ya,
the one round
tikus ya.
where Paperrex just decides to rotate right off of the first piece of
Gelo,
intel they
cok.
get. I mean,
Jason,
DFM,
cok.
they have been accustomed to the fact that Paperrex was just tunnel visioning onto each site, one at a time on each round. So Seth's trying to just carefully say that I'm going to take forward control because we think we have that leisure. And that's when he gets punished. And on top of that, a little bit of a mismatch in the utility being used. I mean, the Des talked about this, where that's the part that DFM now needs to upgrade. But you had your own high tide out and then the Reckoning, so you couldn't really capitalize on the opponent scurrying away from that
Ini
ultimate.
sih kayaknya sih harusnya sih di atas angin guys ya. Bukannya Jumawa, tapi kayak emang gameplaynya udah harusnya beda, guys. Tim div nggak sih? Tim div nggak sih, guys? Ini Mei doang yang main, bro. Masalahnya, bro. DFM dari kemarin.
Still just Cess here. Back yellow. The lone sheriff in his hands. Try to make a difference.
I like that early cloudburst just to see if there's a reaction off of it as well. Try to put yourself into a better angle right around that one way.
Rotate call is good here from DFM. Get May especially in a position with that Marshall in hand. It's like as that harbor wall comes through, they're just going to be cutting noise, trying to see. Wait for this to drop.
Yeah, but Paperrex, they look like they're just going to hold here and then maybe just go for the rotate. I mean, you've already spotted so many people. You have mid-control. Yeah, there's no reason to stick for this. Devi's still going to get a kill.
He does, but Anthem's able to trade it out. Headshot could be found. That's a potential weapon recovered. As he does get tagged down to 20, but yeah, now May can go ahead and swap over into the Vandal. Give them a little bit more firepower to try to close out a Thrifty.
Oh,
Mindfreak dapat info tuh, guys.
Getting ready.
He hears the footsteps. Medusa gonna have to try to find some form of value here on the side itself.
Wah, thank you, Kyrie!
Oh, he's getting swung on. Medusa finds the first headshot. Gets a couple hits across into
Bak, kalau
Forsaken,
main
puts
nanti
him down to 40.
persahabatan, iya
This is a
nanti
very
ya, nanti
winnable
sore
position
ya.
now for DFM.
Aduh, cok, pakai 2 lawan 3
Two rifles
aja
in
nggak
hand,
Thrifty kah?
a 3v2, something. Way in the back. He'll work his way up in towards Rafters, perhaps. So I'm not going to be spotting much of anything. Fragment now going to be sent out. Just trying to hold him at bay, but May finds a headshot. Forsaken's going to be taken down. Updrafts. Just gets himself situated here. We're at the top of sight. They know where something's at. They know he's going to be here alone, but he's able to find the first one. May going to be taken down. Swing from Cess about to come through. Sends up with the cloud burst. Cuts back by 410. Couple shots across, but he's still alive, still relatively healthy. But he cannot stabilize. Cess will find the headshot, and DFM will get their Thrifty.
What a shot from May
Oh,
to be
Thrifty,
able to start to open things up. The fact that he just makes sure to check because they didn't really spot the Viper at all coming up here on the B side.
Umat guys ya, kena
Not only does he
Thrifty,
check when he
guys.
gets the kill against the lurk, they're able to continue with that extra rifle pickup. And that's all they need. And Medusa, of course, holding strong. Still gets one, trades 1 for 1.
Aduh,
And at the
something
very end,
noise coy
something
itu.
did a start to isolate the 1v1s. I mean, he was dancing
Yes,
around
gara-gara
that side
Jumawa
as much
guys
as
ya,
he could.
kenapa jadi Jumawa,
But
cok?
DFM
Bukan,
just playing it patient,
cok.
knowing they have the time.
Itu pada nge-whiff guys. Samnya ini kalau nggak dapat satu, satunya udah low banget
On the
guys.
opposite side for the side of Paperrex. So even if he does get an early pick, they have that res available from Jing. Unless, of course, he's the one who dies.
Well, yeah, we have seen that happen, but also these are the rounds where Paperrex will get even more aggressive. As they have that liberty to do so. Ooh, barely.
Right as Device swinging through, and I'm curious if Devi actually caught a glimpse there, but now Pitt going to be in play.
Oh, they were already on the site. DFM, you're going to have to kind of commit to this, but the lockdown there, you're going to have to give it up. I mean, that hit.
I mean, super far forward. This is going to flush them out. It looks like, in all likelihood, Seth's just going to have to eat the detain and hope that the rest of the team can keep him protected.
Oh, they're on the hunt against it. I mean, something knows exactly what the game plan is.
They even had a fragment at his feet, basically, so he was dead to rights. The Pit now out of the equation. They're finding one, something gonna have to pull back behind 410. Jing up over the top, finding Medusa now dropping down.
Pakai ini sakit ya guys ya. Jing pakai ini sakit bro.
Try
Aduh.
to slow up any further
Anjing banyak Wifi nih bro.
Going to be eliminated here. Anthem at low HP though. Snapping the headshot is Forsaken. Takes him
Lah.
out.
Jason lagi panas guys, sumpah guys. Mapnya Jason selalu bro.
Still alive. Paperrex not allowing for DFM to get 2 consecutive rounds.
Yeah, I mean, those ultimates have been
Aman sih,
saved
guys.
up
Harusnya bisa
one at
kayak
a time.
13-8,
And they don't
13-7
even
ya.
need to use all of them, right? It's just a lockdown to counter out the
Sabtu
pit.
jadi
The
wave mulu,
advantage
bro.
of Paperrex just being so far ahead on the scoreboard. Just with their frags, with their early calls, with the all-ins on each side. And once the pit goes away, right, you still have the operator. Sure, he trades it for a rifle, but you had to sacrifice it. I
Tapi
don't
emang
mind
mapnya
the
Jason si
call to
Icebox
stay in
guys,
the
gue liatnya
pit,
guys.
right? It's
Jason
such
tuh
a
kalau di
big
Icebox tuh
commitment,
serem banget guys.
But obviously, then you're accepting the
Pedes bro.
potential of playing a 4v5.
Jason lagi ini kali lagi Project Phantom kali, Project
Hoping
Phantom
and
guys.
praying that they will not find you,
Yeah,
but
I mean, listen, they did their best. They were trying to throw out a cascade as well, just to try to mask him a bit further. But Paperrex got right ahead of it. As soon as they saw that tag that someone was detained, they know. All right, well, it's not the first floor because we're walking in, so it's got to be somewhere up on rafters.
yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things you could have to really stave off that push is a flash, but you don't have any.
Nope.
Nah, itu jadi Dava yang main
That's the
Vandal
rough
emang ya.
part. I mean,
Ketukar kali ya Vandal Jason sama Vandal Jason sama Phantom Dava gitu kan guys.
DFM, right? They
Analis
wanna
Paperrex
play
ya
slow,
udah
they
punya
wanna
analis
play
sekarang
very
Paperrex
step
bro.
by step. They want to be able to
Sekarang udah nggak sendiri guys. Sekarang tuh Alex udah berdua guys ya.
When they look the best, and then May just turns on that switch right next to the finish line. But unfortunately, your opponents are that one team that just never respects any of that tempo against anybody. So we'll see DFM on the timeout. What's been discussed, because this isn't a round where you have a lot to work with. The Reckoning's come back from Neth, but
They nearly have a Hunter's Fury as well as a lockdown to DFM, so not too far off. But obviously, you don't want to.
Oke, apakah Jet Div, guys? Kayak Jet Div deh feeling gua.
Ultimates just to get the round victory.
Oh, feeling gue Jet Div sih, bro.
Actually work through on the side of Paperrex. Something creeping around. May down below. Does he miss the timing? No, he finds it. May going to be eliminated. And that's going to be the call to rotate back over here towards that A site. But now, I mean, they have the pick of the litter.
Rafa dapat satu juga, bro. Gila, bro.
yeah, I
Gila,
love
bro.
the fact that Divine and Mindfreak were just staying stable, and now that they know they have the numbers
Rafa
advantage,
Onyx,
Mindfreak's
MLB
still
sama
going to
Valo
stay
dulu udah
over
masuk
on
ke
B.
persen. Emang
Right?
iya,
See
Cok?
if maybe someone still pushes out on the lurk is something. Okay,
Okay.
Emang iya, guys, udah masuk Onyx yang mana, bro?
Solid.
Lah,
Medusa now with the
apa sih,
headshot.
kenapa ya?
That's not Forsaken. That's going to force out the res. And Jing brings something back in the fold. And they're going to start rotating their way out of A site.
Yeah, but Anthem's still here with a Vandal. This could be a bit of a rude awakening. I do like that they're planting Mindfreak deeper into mid so that they have an extra option once again, because you still have 40 seconds. Lots of time to work with.
Medusa working his way forward.
Nice.
For it. Anthem as well. Dropped that Vandal now. Just left on the floor.
30
All down
seconds
the
left.
Neth. Had a solid opening headshot.
Nice.
Forced this
Emang nggak tahu
rotation
lah
out,
gua.
but They are assessing his position. Divine, very aware. We'll go ahead and
Oh,
take him
bukan
out.
psikolog,
That's
Cok. Apa
Paperrex
sih?
getting themselves now up to
Fisioterapis.
6.
Fisioterapis ada,
the
fisioterapis ada
multi-layer
emang.
lurks here from Paperrex, and
Namanya
once they
fisioterapis,
know
ya
they have
kan?
the numbers advantage, they go even deeper into the paint.
Fisioterapis, gua dapat
You love
info
to see
emang
it from
bakal
Paperrex.
dari
They're
sebulan
playing
lalu
the
tuh
maps
bakal
what
ada
they need to.
masuk
They start off
satu
with just
analis
all-in
sama
on
satu
each
fisioterapi,
side. That really throws off DFM's reads and their tempo.
ya kan?
But now Paperrex just staying ahead of the mind games to begin with.
Ya kan yang buat kayak biar kayak tangan, latihan tangan gitu kan, kayak olahraga tangannya gimana gitu ya kan, Tapi nggak tahu namanya siapa gua.
Looks to be a bit of an all-in setup. We'll see if Mindfreak eventually rotates back out towards mid.
Oh, performance coach ya.
Turret set up.
OB-nya itu gua, OB-nya kebetulan gua ya.
Try and slow things up, but there's no
OP,
command
Mei,
pops already. Nanos having to be used just to try to dissuade. Ultimately, this site is going to be Paperrex's.
Yeah, they do have to hold, right here next to screens, though, because there's quite a few ultimates on the other side as well. Something's already spotted one.
Reckoning coming through, though. That's going to force something back.
Ah,
Can't
anjir,
overstay,
something
trying to
dapat,
find a punch there on a Medusa. Shots across. Forsaken going to be tagged low by that Hunter's Fury, but kill cannot be found. Now the lockdown invested here from DFM. They look to try to flood their way out of the rafters, but Divine has other ideas. It's another 3K for him. I believe his third of the game so far. Nothing Anthem able to find one apiece, bringing this back into a 2v3. They do have an operator, and there's just not enough time. Anthem likely going to have to just rotate out of here, go for the save here, as they both attempt it.
Wis juga tuh Jing, Cok. Astaga.
Takes out Jing. But ultimately, they're no closer to winning the round. Paperrex now up to 7.
3 ultimates committed here for DFM on a full buy-to-buy round.
Si Legit cek aja
quite
giginya, Bang.
frankly, Paperrex kind of gave them that opportunity as well, because they
si
used null command right off
Ntar
the rip.
abisnya
So you just say, okay, we're
abis
going to hang
smartnya ya,
back.
kita cek ya.
You use the Reckoning to push them back. You don't want to have to clear out every single corner. I don't mind that. I didn't
Something
mind
lagi
up
nge-wave
to
berapa kali,
Fury
lagi nge-wave
either.
guys. Dava
But
sih lagi
after
panas
that,
banget nih.
everyone's still so far behind that pushing people away, getting that one tag with the Hunter's Fury, it didn't actually mean much. So you still had to commit the lockdown, and then you're still trying to clear out the
Gila, bro.
corners that
Dapat
never
tiga
were
dia.
checked. And it happens to be Uncle Divine, just comfy in his corner.
Yep. He's going for his fist bump. Yep.
Yep, that's
On the day of the office.
that's a rough one.
Listiani, don't see
clocking
Legit.
out.
Oke.
Yeah, he's just waiting to go on his fishing trip right after.
Kurang ngopi kayaknya Ilya nih.
does sound
Ilya nggak
like a
ngopi, setahu gue
relaxing
deh. Ilya
day.
nggak ngopi.
First down. Okay, good straight shots there from Seth.
What is that shot, dude?
Sort of something for a little bit more. Plant now going to be coming through behind the wall.
Just going to be backing out. Divine might consider, if he's actually able to get the pick onto Anthem, Divine could become a menace in mid, just constantly drawing out a lot more attention.
It's just, oh my God, he's just feeling it.
MDiv bro, sorry bro ya.
So
Poking,
calm.
prodding, playing around with Anthem, and then says, actually, for real though, I'm just going to wide swing. Takes it.
Whoa, Mindfreak!
Wanting to get involved as far as the multi-kills are concerned, gets himself a 3K. Paperrex will give themselves
What the
an 8th
hell,
round
man?
victory.
There is just something so oddly scary to watch Paperrex play so calmly,
Yeah.
and yet still retain the same mechanical prowess. I mean, I think this is what a lot of Paperrex fans were probably wanting to see. And I know, obviously, this match favored for Paperrex, sure. But these are the matches, again, in the past where they would go the crazy.
Pedro bang, gampang gini bang. Kenapa sih mau Pedro kayaknya kenapa sih Pedro bang? Nyala semua ini mah, yoi. Aman ini mah guys.
Just going for the small jiggles, not always.
Tapi Paperrex makin lama makin improve sih. Gue suka sih guys. Mainnya makin apa sih? Dibilang makin ini guys. Makin apa?
Every single round so far.
Semakin punya pendirian gitu loh guys gameplaynya.
Oh, eats that full flash. And is lucky to be alive. Exits around to its backside, but wall now raised up. Plan can come through once more. Not too far off, having a second res here of the half. Pit now going to be invested from Mindfreak just to really make things more difficult for DFM. Something fishing through the wall, trying to find some stray headshots, but it looks like May wants to try to use tempo here, but actually just waits for that recon ping. And that opens up the firing squad. May up over the top of yellow, able to find one. Down below, Forsaken still standing, but only 14 HP, but he still manages to find himself a second elimination. Pushing forward, able to find it now. It's all on Mindfreak. Pit still in play. Been back to being the clutch king here for Paperrex. Can he do it again? Finds the first, the bite to the leg, but just steps back onto it. And now it's the 1v1. The swing out, Mindfreak, he does it again.
Again, Mindfreak,
clutch, Paperrex. No end in sight to this onslaught, now 9-2.
Masterclass
I mean,
anjing.
this was planned out from the beginning, right? The spike is planted out on that wider angle so you can get an easy snake fight without having to have some crazy lineup from all the way
dapat dua
back.
sih guys. Terus oh guys, itu Jason juga GG guys. Guys, Jason dapat dua, masih sempat ngelempar molly. Jadi ke delay buat nge-defuse guys. Kalau nggak tuh lah ke-defuse tuh. Gelo anjir cowok, sumpah cowok bagus banget anjing gameplay cowok. Itu Jason dapat 2, Mindfreak dapat 3, itu udah best scenario sih.
That 10-2 half. Knives popped here. Oh, both sides.
Something he wants to challenge. He's not going to give it to him though. Obviously DFM, they would desperately want 3 on the board.
Tailwind already burned, a couple knives now sent out. Just the one remaining here for May.
Just gonna have to back out off of that.
Kalau menjadi pacarnya Mindfreak gimana Boncio lah, harus kenalan dulu dong.
Now Paperrex, they're gonna check for most of this, but not up top.
No, he's able to drop one.
Bisa di
And now he's in a
situ.
very committed position, and the flash fully connects.
Nice.
It's just gonna be an easy trade out there. ZOWIE picks up the kill. May pushing forward, trying to spot out whether or not they've rotated across, but a little bit late to the arrival, so it doesn't necessarily know whether they're over at garage or not.
I mean, you're hearing the KO, so May's going to get shifted over.
He's trying to sell it, Forsaken, doing what he can to try to get them committed over to the speed site, but DFM, they're still staying stagnant. 2 players with May lingering in mid.
If May can get this is a good read.
30 seconds left.
Forsaken, similarly reading
Wah,
it,
jangan
he
div,
finds
guys,
a
sorry guys.
headshot, just not quite steady enough there from May. Interrupt on the plant, 20 seconds remaining. DFM trying to run the clock down, and Anthem somehow comes away with that elimination. But Mindfreak over top of the box finds the first spot on the feet.
Mindfreak panas banget bro, sumpah bro. Mindfreak panas banget guys, anjir.
To see whether or not they can get that 3K, but now he's put into a 1v4.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he said they'll have to go through it,
Man,
but right now it's
udah
him that
kayak
has
di
to go
atas
through
angin
the
sih,
near
guys.
entirety of Paperrex.
Paperrex sudah rapi banget mainnya guys.
Not gonna make
Mindfreak
it.
panas banget lagi bro, gila bro.
Kill. I mean, May staying in mid there to try to cut off Forsaken. I don't mind it at all, right?
Tiga. Apa sih namanya? Instagram. Apa list apa namanya guys? Listiani ya. Oh ini bro, ini guys. Nah ini, wow bener guys, itu pakai Paperrex bro, ini bro. Tuh, e-sport performance psikologis. Performance psikologi, oh ini bener guys, udah pakai baju Paperrex bener berarti guys ya. Walaupun saya nggak tahu guys ya, maaf guys ya. Gelo guys, Paperrex udah, oh ya ini di Onyx ya, oh ya Onyx bekas Onyx cok. X Onyx, X BTR PUBG sama ML Onyx bang. Oh berarti pengalamannya bagus ya. Gelo guys, anjing followernya 13.000 guys, kayak gitu cok, coach. Jadi kayak gimana ya? Dia tuh sebenarnya, jadi tugasnya apa sih guys? Gue pun nggak tahu guys. Jadi dia tuh lebih kayak gimana ya? Lebih kayak setup apa sih? Setup
The
ini guys.
performance de-hancing here for Paperrex. But honestly, I mean, even when they push out
mental
to
doang,
Snowman, once they
nggak
get the
mental doang
plant,
pasti,
they're
guys.
not overextending. They're
Psikologi
just
tuh
trying
nggak
to make
mental
sure that
doang,
they
ada
have a
mental.
variety of angles, and
Kayak
once they
misalnya
decide that
lebih,
it's disadvantageous, they'll
kayak
back
misalnya
out.
tangan lu kan
And these are
dibuat
the
main
calls we
game
used to
8
not
sampai
see
9 jam
consistently
sehari.
from
Sama juga
Paperrex.
pasti ada
We'll see how
caranya
it goes
bagaimana
as
kayak
people
jaga
get
tangan
two
biar
shares this
nggak
time, and
kaku,
both
nggak
sides actually,
penyakit
DFM
karpal itu pasti ada juga,
favor
guys.
the long range firepower
Bukan
as
mental
well.
doang, gue yakin, guys. Tugasnya kalau mental doang mah
this
nggak
needs
terlalu
to be
ribet, guys. Bukan buat mental doang, pasti ada buat mental build up, sama buat ini guys, psikologi tangannya juga, psikologis juga pasti dia ada basicnya juga pasti, guys. Kayak ML kan main
DFM can get that
lu main
first
di handphone
victory
kan
under
lama-lama
their belt.
tangannya geter, capek, dan sama lu kayak main
DFM
Valo
once
kan
again, no
gerak juga.
flashes and that recon, it's
Ada juga
it
pasti,
has to
pasti ada
give you
juga,
so
gue
much
yakin.
value. So it's gonna clear out pipes for now. It clears out both sides, but you're kind of stuck here for the time being. And everybody's here.
Expended, yeah. I mean, it's just Cess pushing forward over towards green right now, lingering in garage with something.
Tapi pasti ada, guys, pasti ada lah, pasti ada basicnya juga, bro. Nama juga performance tim juga kan dari situ, guys. Kalau tangannya kaku, tangannya geter mah, berarti performance-nya jelek dong.
Sends out that flash. Medusa able to find one. Anthem almost finding that kill after he regains his vision, but ultimately it's going to be Jing, last one standing on this side of the site. Pushes forward, gets a right click. May going to be taken down. Segment of the wall, broken open, swings in. Jing finds net, looks for Medusa, cannot make it happen. Something, however, now has made his rotation over. Spike in Medusa's hands. Something just misses the timing to be able to get the spot out, and Cess now lurks forward, up into mid.
Yeah, and I mean, says he can stick around for a little bit. They're going to choose to try to pinch back onto A, but this could give that opportunity for 2 1v1s here from something. The timing has to be perfect from DFM.
Cess is making his way forward. There's a push out. Oh, something!
Oh my!
The instant reaction finds the kill, and now Medusa hightailing it out, trying to work his way over towards B. Does have time, something not on the chase quite just
bisa lah,
yet.
kalau kelihatan bisa, guys.
Just hanging back, but it's a single shot from this Sheriff to put him down.
Well, I mean, good news for Medusa. He's also got a Sheriff, just got to land the headshot. At least there's some hope in that realm.
Realistically, just has the one opportunity, though. So try to get into an unexpected position here in kitchen shot. Connects something. Down to 45. Both of them just a one tap. The drip down. Shots exchanged.
Oh,
the flick cannot make it happen. A single bullet remaining there in the cylinder. Something. Able to reload. Medusa opting to remain quiet. Time ticking. Spotted on the shoulder. And Medusa takes it down. A 4-piece here from DFM's Killjoy. They get themselves that third round win.
Right through the corner of yellow as well on that container. Medusa played that so calmly. Knew that every time that something would go back for another peak, that he just had to keep repositioning and slowly back out. He's not actually playing for the kill the entire time, slowly backing out. But first of all, I mean, DFM being somewhat ready for that pop flash. That's where it all starts. Cut that noise, and Medusa, he's got to come up big on some of these rounds, and he does. He delivers on the first round of this half.
They just doubled his kill count in that round alone. As well as getting halfway towards that opening lockdown. Something pushing forward, trying to get some damage in. Does put Anthem down to 70. Oh, he finishes the job. He's ignoring May down below, takes Anthem's head off.
Whoa, that's the one guy who had a lot of utility to try to set you up for the execute.
Yeah, how do you try to push up through these walls now? They just having to backpedal here for 3 swings, takes out Forsaken. Medusa also finds something at the same time, so now the man advantage is theirs. Sheriff scooped up by Mind Freak, Divide taking some space forward here, just outside of garage. Goes for the swing, spots out Cess, tries to go for the challenge, but the Bulldog in hand, he will be able to take him out.
Oh, and I love it. DFM just waits to see if they hear the audio of everyone rotating. Everyone from A just holds and says, okay, we heard some footsteps. We got the orb on green. We're good to regroup as 4 and make sure we have an advantage. Don't give away any further weapons.
Still slow approach. The chances to do any kind of damage here very limited.
Apa guys, kan masih ini, coba masih ikoron, coba abis ini baru lah kasih tahu lah.
So gambling towards that B site. They're just gonna have to rotate over, maybe try to get themselves in a position to die to this
Ikoron tuh
fight.
kalau mereka nggak beli apa-apa guys, beli seri dong tuh ikoron.
Right, that screen goes up, you have no other utility. You're like, well, I mean, it is Paperrex.
With this plant though, Medusa now just one away from that lockdown. That's gonna be a big tool to have. Potentially going into a bonus as they look for a conversion.
I mean, if they can carry over 3 of these rifles as well, which is another reason why they were playing so cautious, is that they have a long way to go. So they're still playing to try to win this map, which you love to see from DFM.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you absolutely have to. It's
Dapat
not over till
dapat
it's
satu
over.
lagi oke lah, dapat
Hell,
satu lagi.
look at the
guys.
run back that
Kedua.
nearly occurred just yesterday from
jeez.
Bleed.
Right here on this map, too. Well, and Paperrex, they're not going to try to give over any freebies for the ultimates. They understand that the ult economy is a big part of this. You know, this, once again, I mean, props to both sides, quite frankly. Playing with that caution, playing for perfection. And Paperrex gladly will just go down to the spike.
Yep, just back out. And then the people in chat start trying to bait.
Bayaran dulu guys.
Act like they don't know what the hell's going on. I see through your
Does that
ruse.
still happen?
Oh, yes, of course.
Goodness. Some things
Ya,
are
something aja yang udah lumayan oke dia paling bawah.
Well, I held out some hope, but I mean, something. Nice opening shot. But unfortunately, it's just a bit too far. Couldn't get a gun upgrade or anything off of it.
Right there.
Bayaran.
Well, decent firepower still here for DFM. Singular Sheriff in play, but otherwise, rifles across the board.
Gila Davai main freak Jason, cok.
Away from
Menyala,
that
guys.
lockdown. Bisa get a kill. Can he get an orb? Try to set up for that.
They're not going to try to greet it right away on the A side, and they'll read that perfectly. Paperrex is ready for it, and May!
Oh, taken down, dealt with. Divide.
Sebenarnya itu Davai nge-whiff, Jo.
Forsaken still here to reinforce
Mainnya
as
nggak ada yang
well.
kepala ya.
Now it's Medusa's turn, but they're ready for it. There's still two people here. Oh,
Head spotted. Taken off. Medusa locked down now. Ready to go, but swinging out. Gonna be put
Langsung
down.
banget.
Another great Sheriff shot there from Nath. Forsaken setting out the pop flash, swinging around, taking a lot more space. There's the big
nice.
reveal, but he's able to win it out. Nath and Anthem both going to be eliminated. Now 2v3. And Medusa, he's still completely cut off, segregated on the opposite side of the map, dealt with by
Gelo, Jason. Ini kalau Jason nggak step up sih kalah sih.
We'll get Paperrex up to 11.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Over on yellow, they got the ping. They heard the pop flash as well. They know he was close because it was thrown in an
Gila, Paperrex
underhand
rapi
arc,
banget,
but
cok.
just Forsaken's one step ahead of it. Make sure that he has the angle ready. Just sprays down at the first side, and they just could not separate fast enough on that swing out.
I mean, who's catching who? That's
Kan mukanya glow banget, gila Jason bro.
ready for the swing. Deals with it with relative
Oke,
ease.
Korean drama anjir mukanya.
Take flight.
Early usage of a lot of their util once again. I mean, DFM, they're so scared of the push out. They want to be able to try to hold control of pipes. This time it does lead to it, but the fragment should land.
Yep.
Wow,
Right there
that's...
on, I wonder if he knew that it was on the bottom.
Yeah, that's a hole in one right there.
If that was,
Yeah,
if that
look.
was an oopsie and he just happened to actually nail it, that
Jason
would be
nih
very
bos.
unfortunate for DFM. It's unfortunate.
Nangin Korea
All
emang
the
gitu
same.
guys.
Yeah, I mean, either way it was going to get taken out, but it was just a very miraculous shot.
I'll have to ask about that one later. So now Walt coming up just to maybe try to tell that they're going to be trying to take some space forward here in this A site, but DFM very much have been forced to stagnate in their movements. Wait for this push to come up through mid.
Mitnya
Walt
datang
try
ya.
to cut off, deny that turret any vision.
Whoa!
Oh, Forsaken still reacting. He's not ready for the second player, but Divide turns over, deals with Medusa. May finding one. Keeps it even in a 3v3, but he's tagged down to 37.
Jing's going to be the first boss they have to battle through.
30
Slow
seconds
creep
left.
forward, Jing here.
Spike down
Just
A.
talked away.
One enemy
Finds
remaining.
one, finds two.
Nice.
Mindfreak gets the last. Paperrex get
Yeah,
themselves now up
Locho.
to map point.
Man, the double lurk out into mid. Even though the Cascade was spotted, Paperrex actually wasn't ready for it. You know, if
Gelo,
the first
guys,
shot
anjir.
landed onto Forsaken clean. It's still two
Ini
members
kalau
that
nonton
can
juga
swing
ketahuan bagaimana
out.
menang siapa
But
bang,
what I
jangan gitu
do
dong,
like is,
jangan
again, the
sombong.
timings on swinging out for
Jangan
trades
sombong,
or
guys, ya.
you know, kind of going for these baits and switches.
Jangan
It's getting
sombong, matinya
better for
cepet emang,
DFM.
guys.
I mean, we've seen a couple rounds here on
Jangan,
Icebox
jangan
where
sombong, bro.
May's
Nggak boleh
waiting for
sombong.
someone else to take the aggro, then he swings out and he gets an extra kill. Or maybe he goes for the trade, but again, the util, I mean, this comp especially, you don't have much util to work
Yang
with.
lagi Paperrex
You're
minggu
not
depan ya,
able
hari
to
Jumat.
find immense value
Tiga.
each time one of those skills is sent out from the Sova.
0 point, spotting out just the one. Fragment at the
Ilya
ready
ngopi
here
bo,
for
gara-gara yang lain
Forsaken.
kenceng bro. Yoi,
Was the
jing gua
Sova,
kenceng
they
nih.
haven't seen Lurk on his own just yet. None of that fake coming out from DFM, so Paperrex are just going to hold true to their default.
Yep, now the wall coming through should basically tell all. You start to see them collapsing in on this position. Fragment going to be sent down. Nat's going to be eating quite a bit of damage. Does manage to find two. Jing and Forsaken both going to be taken out there.
Dua tukar
That
dua, tapi
Guardian
satu low sih.
upgrades it to a Phantom, but
Bang, mereka pernah naik motor nggak sih bang? Pernah guys. Siapa?
3v3 with
Di
Net, but
Bali
18
waktu
health.
itu gua gonceng Jason sama Jing. Gua tarik 3 di Bali.
So Paperrex knows that they haven't rotated yet.
The double swing.
Whoa!
Oh, something just makes it look easy. Goes up over the top. Mind Freak finds the final shot. 13-4. Paperrex making swift work of DFM here on Icebox.
Have fun.
Listen, DFM, I think, you look at the grand scheme of things, yeah, we continue to see some of those small improvements in the team play and the teamwork. But alas, Paperrex also greatly upgraded since Master Shanghai, and it just continues on here in Stage 2, trying to secure that first seed for themselves going into playoffs.
Well, dominant showing here from Paperrex on DFM's pick of Icebox. Next we have Sunset, but before we get into that, we'll pass it back over to the analyst desk.
Not like Paperrex being dominant on a map is entirely shocking, but I feel like, there were so many rounds where...
EZ banget sih bro. Kayak gampang banget gak sih guys? Gampang banget gitu gak sih bro? Ya nggak sih. Maksudnya lagi watch party nih pastian. Social bread. Metalo kamu pindah tim aja bang. Tapi emang gampang banget sih guys. Hari ini gampang banget bro. Gamenya kagak kelihatan berat bro. Ya nggak sih bro?
Space when they need to, they take so long.
Kayak padahal sebenarnya guys ya, Paperrex tuh sebenarnya hari ini nggak rapi banget ya. Apa sih Paperrex tuh nggak serapi biasanya guys. Tapi kayak nggak bisa aja tetep aja DFM masuk cok.
Yeah, it feels also like there are some teams, I think like DFM, that are great to adjusting, when something is done against them multiple times in a row. Right, but you see there was these one rounds where DFM would win their gun round, and then next round Paperrex is gonna go somewhere else, pressure mid, see if DFM's gonna adjust their comp, or are they just expecting the same thing on that next round. And it really just, I think, hurts DFM here because Paperrex is so malleable.
Game rantai kapan bang? Cepatnya ya. Jam 5-an katanya guys.
If they need to do so.
Not to mention you have so many players on Paperrex that are so instinctive, right? You have so many rounds that are just like, they just had like so many multi-frags, so many shots that were just, you would almost think they were lucky if you didn't think
ntar biar langsung pindah guys, guys.
And it just goes to show again that against a team like this, you can't make any mistakes. Unfortunately, DFM, this roster hasn't matured enough in their strat book to be able to make plays like that, to be able to make gambles like that as well.
Right, and what's funny is Paperrex has matured. They look like a normal team, for lack of a better way to describe it.
Okay.
They're just kind of playing great standard Valorant here.
In a good way.
A very good way.
Absolutely.
I mean, the crossfires they set up post-plan are beautiful. They rarely make like over-aggressive mistakes where they're pushing for stuff that they really shouldn't be. Like Will was talking about, going for those aggressive pushes where they're going for the multi-kills, the punches, the big aces.
Okay guys.
Like You're not really seeing
Alright. Gila cok. Forza Con cok.
It's going to be in the back of their mind, and at some point they're going to do it to you when you're least expecting
it. It's because of Alex's anger management. They're like, we need to overall be calmer as a team.
Yeah, and I just want to add as well, there were some mistakes here from Paperrex here and there. I think one of those was the B main push where they had the Viper Spit already out and was playing for post plant, but they somehow got tagged by the recon dart. May gets a 2K, but you can see how well they address the issue that's laid out there. They don't start to panic. You see Forsaken as well as Mind Freak just try to at least use what's left to them, which is the Viper Spit. They still have so much utility, and again, they haven't been really found out by the rest of DFM that's just barreling onto side. We'll probably see it here later in the highlights, but those kind of readjustments, those adaptations from Paperrex.
Summercell nggak nyari game bang, Summercell. Emang game apa guys? Bang, menurut lo gua harus gimana? Kenapa tuh?
Seems like it's just a little bit
Skin champion tuh harus menang apa bang? Skin champion itu nggak menang deh guys, beli aja. Kalau dapat apa sih? Kalau pembagian uangnya mah masuk ke champion udah dapat pembagian uang bro.
And again, there's something exactly. You have rounds like this where they had a massive numbers advantage, but where is the snowball? How did they capitalize on that?
Sambil cari game bentar gak sih? Kan masih nunggu nih guys sekitar 10 menit ya.
Little bit of a gap where they're like, we're not sure exactly what to do after this point.
Apa guys?
No, exactly.
Summercell.
And that's
Summercell.
a real focus in the off season for DFM, no matter
Yeah.
what the roster looks like next year.
Celeste,
Protocols.
total
How do we react
Shogun
to things with our utility, with our spacing, with our
Grand
timing?
Brew
All those
Railing.
things need to be in place, you know, so that it's instinctual, so that they don't even have to think about it. They don't have to really
Dulu
talk
coy,
about
dulu
it.
coy.
They
Ya,
do
mute,
it.
mute.
Instead, it seems like
Yeah.
they overthink things or they underthink things. They try to rely on their own instincts. And their
Sebenarnya bisa buit tank nggak sih bang? Bisa pakai perisai tapi
For example, in one of the rounds
dengan
where
2,2 turun 20% bro. Tapi mix dia coy, masalahnya coy gue kurang guys, kurang suka guys. Di Witcher 3 diskon tuh bang, emang seru guys gamenya guys. Oh, Witcher 3 bro. Gue udah punya kayak Witcher 3 ya belum ya? Gue kira Palworld coy. Ih mana Lord diskon bro anjing.
With the bleed match with Genji.
Yeah, and it's exactly why
Tekken 8. Anjir Tekken 8 cok diskon 40% jir. Gelo.
You have the teams like this, the big giants that we all know and love, of course. But again, it's like, you know, what do you do afterwards, you know? And I think
Apa guys,
that
lagi
for a
guys?
lot of teams here in Pacific, there is that
Subnautica udah tamat gua, kocak. Kocak.
So I'm eager to see where DFM go from this and how they're able to reset once we go over to sunset.
Simulator pengusaha dimainin Bang Upi bang ya, nanti kita main guys, kayaknya guys.
And
Bisa
we
itu.
all know that they're very, very comfortable in this map.
Myth of Empires. Beret diskon 10%. New World. Apalagi bro, udah. Apa nih dealer simulator bro?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very excited to see with this one because again, this is the map where they're able to beat Zeta Division. Even though they lost here, against Talent, it was still very close, ended 10 to 13. So there is those points. We'll have
The Isle nih apa guys? Gue lupa deh. Oh bukan nih, bukan kurang bagus nih. Apa guys? Apa guys? Detroit Become Human bang, emang ya?
You know, watching the performance earlier, you're just dealing with, you know, a
Chain
DFM
Together
who
jam
just
5-an
started,
guys
you
ya.
know, learning how to walk, and Paperrex who are just
Oh iya anjing cok, The Witcher 3 bro anjing, 35.000 bro.
energy, that stability, all of the protocols in place for
Walaupun
Paperrex.
gue kayaknya nggak akan main sih
You know,
guys.
the luxury of having a team that barely even needs to communicate at this point.
Cyberpunk udah tamat
It's like
kocak.
you know 100% that you guys are all
Apa sih lihat masih guys diskonnya guys? Udah segini doang bro aja. Masih buka cok. Si Osio.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, ini Jurassic World. 44.000 guys.
Well, we're gonna make you do something crazy. We're gonna get into our guest endgame game.
No, I can't anymore. I'm too old for that.
We have our question for thank you for displaying
Udah
our
itu doang, bro.
ranks, in full glory over there. We love looking at
Apa
it.
nih Humankind?
Our question for this is how good will May's average be on map 2?
Main Manor tuh bang, seru emang seru guys Manor seriusan.
We are going with that. And I feel
Katanya
like
kurang.
the action is really
Mana
making
tadi kita lihat ya?
it difficult for us and putting us on the spot with
Manor,
this
di mana guys
question.
Manor? Tadi Manor ada guys, mana ya? Oh hilang bro.
But we have no choice.
Oh, okay,
Ponder a
okay.
little bit,
I
gentlemen.
understand.
Take out your
Mana, bro?
points.
Oh no, my pen.
I think we can just write down the level that you guys think May will be at. Give you a few
I have,
seconds.
I went a little bit nerdy on this one. I did
yeah?
some research. Last
Oh.
season, so if you remember last stage,
Di atas bang, Manor Lord bang.
what I thought was gonna happen.
Oh
Yeah.
keren.
I'm gonna try and like
Stream, apa nih
serious
Stream Deck?
mode it and see how quick I can
Ah
run
nih guys,
myself down the wood.
tadi ada bro, sekarang hilang.
This is
Yeah.
I see your goal.
Yeah.
this is very tricky because
I
there's
just-
4 options now.
Yes.
They're making
Hilang
it
coy, yang harus cari cok.
exorbitantly
Manor.
difficult for us.
Just close my pen in
I
front
want
of
to
my
make sure
mic.
I've got the right numbers.
Bit of
Okay.
ASMR.
All right.
All right,
I'm
ready
G.
with your boards?
Yep.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
How about
And
the
okay. Ooh,
Ini serunya apa sih guys sebenarnya guys?
Right here, thinking that May will reach level 50, which is 32 to 24 kills. All right.
Yeah.
All right. On sunset, map 2, okay?
Map 2?
Just one map, right?
I know.
I mean, you are Azrael Gaib. We'll see if that. We'll see.
Bangun-bangun kota gitu ya?
You are technically the highest.
Oke sih, coba tambahin dulu kali ya.
I know. We keep bullying him, and then
It's
he's
very
like,
important to me that I rank up to
Tukar.
Diamond
Yeah.
and then,
You are-
consecutively to Radiant.
you care a lot about this game.
Can
Apalagi
only
guys
be
yang murah, aja, murah-murah kita beli guys.
the statue.
Apa nih?
Right,
The most
right.
gifted.
Is the most kills May has had on
Apa ini, bro?
25, so far this
Oh, so
stage,
24, right? So
Oh, okay, all right.
Apa nih bro? Kayak main ini ya, kayak main yang Dracula gua ya.
Indeed, if that comes true, especially since now we are seeing May on the raise.
Yeah, and again, he's a little bit more.
Oke, race normal.
Generally on the
Normal
race.
sama sih guys nih guys.
At least this stage hasn't been as explosive as he has with the Jet, but the Jet just got absolutely beat down by Paperrex. So is he going to be able to perform a little bit better? I mean, he's so good on this map. He reacts so well to things. I mean, I think back to their last match where he's like pushed out alone towards mid and Dep and
Mana diskon yang gede, 90%. Bos wacar diskon nih guys.
stuff like that he's capable of, but we didn't see
Yang
much
apa
of
sih
that.
yang ini apa sih bakal Rachel ngajak main?
Downgraded him a bit below that level 50. I was thinking about that, but then after that first map, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
Ini void trend.
fair enough. Me, I'm just taking the risk
The
play
front.
here, but the thing is that they have to
Like
worry
28,
about
Cok.
from Paperrex is how good Forsaken's utility support really has been on this breach.
Nih, tambahin nih guys. Tambahin guys. Lumayan guys buat tambahin. 30.000 doang, Cok.
We'll toss it over to William and Achilles.
Thank you very much. Yes, let's go into this map, see if DFM can rally.
Oke, play dulu guys. Nonton dulu.
Their map pick, because no real changes when it comes down to the compositions. Paperrex is going to be piloting the same old stuff. There's plenty of tape to be studied, but one of the big things that we were seeing
Level of P belum bang, belum.
that opening map of Icebox was
Gua nggak mau main
firepower.
game Dark Souls dulu
Was
guys
the
lah.
DFM.
Pening
I
pala
mean,
gua, Cok.
that really
Gini.
just comes down to it, right? You win a couple of those duels, it would have at least been a much closer map for sure. Because DFM did have some correct calls. They
Kalau
had
gua
some
nggak
good
pakai Steam
setups
Wallet,
to
gua
make sure
pakai
they got
kartu kredit
ahead of
langsung aja.
Paperrex.
Cepat
See
jadi
if they
beli.
can do the same starting on the attacking side. Now Paperrex, no Cypher, but they play the Sage, you know, a little bit heavier on the post plants and the retakes, and then it does actually help you take some control of mid if you so choose once the buy rounds come out, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Forsaken at the ready here with this fault line. Should he hear anything? For now, Spike still dropped back over towards the
Gimana
attack.
slow banget, Cok, di FM, Cok.
DFM not looking to commit to any one side of the map quite just yet, it would seem, but we'll start drifting towards A and poke and prod at least a little bit more and see if they can spot anything out.
And a very aggressive control of mid. I mean, oftentimes the defenders, you have to use a lot to be able to take that, but here on the pistol round, they find a perfect timing with that smoke, and they're going to be so fast on this flank.
Yep, already 3 players moving up through tiles. Neth,
Oh.
Divide just narrowly missing that timing, but Gun Barrel should have actually been spotted in by Divide.
down
Now he certainly knows to take a shot in the back. Just go ahead, pop the heal on himself. Spike retrieved. As they
Oke,
look to
dia udah
just go
pasti
ahead and
A tuh.
storm their way into this A site, but something still lingering just around the corner here. Dizzy gonna be sent, gets that blind, manages to go ahead and tell all the tales that it needs to. Dizzy up over the top, and something is just
Apaan
running
tuh?
out. Managing to
Momen
find the kill
apa
there.
itu,
It will
Jing?
get taken down, but it's quickly traded out.
Keeping the numbers advantage here for Paperrex. Something the sacrificial lamb.
Bot still at the ready camp, now off cooldown. Medusa can go for the setup here. So go ahead and get the re-smoke. Try to stay tucked away, dodges out on that fault line.
Oh, the
Jing
aggro
takes quite a
drawn.
bit of damage. Medusa swings, finds one, Forsaken gonna be taken out.
Ini susah nih.
Freshen out one, Mind Freak and Divide. Try to swing this round back into their favor, but Seth's able to find the
One
headshots. The
enemy
heal does go across. Jing now back up to 100 HP with all the work to do. The 1v2, Boombot coming his way. Tag down to 14 and DFM. They will get themselves a second pistol win.
Assess played that so well in the post plan. First up, he draws aggro away from Medusa, so Medusa could go in and get the first hit. But then, as soon as Medusa gets taken down, he doesn't try to greed for an extra jiggle. He just says, well, it's a 2v1. I just got to play the numbers game. May even sending out the Boombot for sure measure. Sure, it's extra credits used 300, but take the round win, you'll take it any day of the week.
Kalah pistol, Cok.
Absolutely. Well, a very solid start here for DFM, rescuing the round after giving up quite a bit of space. Get themselves that opening win.
Ayo dong, bisa dong.
Paperrex, though, still be looking to deal some damage. Pain Shell's not going to find much there, but there's multiple sheriffs in play here.
Yeah, look at
Jing's going to
this.
be taking this orb.
Yeah, a mid control taken off of this once again, right? So this seems to be the default that Paperrex is sticking with here in this game. Just heavy B presence, take mid so you know if it's a rotate, and then you'll be ready for a quick flood on the retake.
Oke, dia buat utilnya banyak guys.
DFM, I
Nice.
mean, you can't underestimate this site just because they don't have something like a Cypher. You know that Paperrex love to play aggressively. There's so many ways that they can regain control of B main. And the fact that if they consistently have mid control like this, I mean, Paperrex does not mind letting you get the first step into the site.
Oh, Jing swinging out just a little bit wider. Catches a glimpse. Knows that Anthem's far forward. And May,
Waduh,
snappy on the
dapat loh.
turn. The 90-degree pivot, and he comes up with 2 kills. Jing and Mind Freak both going to be taken down. Something now arriving in from behind. Breaks that trap wire. Well aware of this position, and Cess has already dealt with Forsaken. Push out of the
Ah,
smoke,
elah, jelek banget,
Medusa.
Cok.
Cleaning up the Gecko. Now DeVi is caught here, blinded up. See if he can deal any damage, find any kills to stop this from being a flawless, but he cannot.
Mati, bro.
Clean. I mean, you're carrying over 4 of the rifles. Obviously, Neth didn't buy up, but either way, 4 rifles carried over.
Shit, dude.
Still get to
It's
keep
not
the
good,
Sheriff
not
as
good.
well. You'll take anything you can get to try to get a snowball ahead of
Apa
the
itu
scene
Jing si Mei,
because
Cok?
Paperrex, I mean, yeah, they're scary overall, but obviously you don't want them to have to lead going into their attacking side here because their post plant setups
Ayo
with
guys,
that
terus guys,
stage
terus
are
guys, terus
nasty.
guys.
So DFM looking good. I love that they're keeping calm. They've actually been playing the clock quite well today. Like I'm not saying they're playing it fast, but they're not really running out of time. They're just making sure and saying, hey, 40 seconds, we can still wait for peaks. We can
This is
still
not
rotate
good, this
if
is not
need
good
be.
guys, ya.
A quick exit there with the blast packs, keeping himself safe as the fault line comes across. Flash in something, able to turn away from that one, steadies the aim, finds the shot. That's going to be taken down by Mei. Finds Jing. Forsaken now getting involved as well. Leads up the counterpart breach. Continuing to swing on the corner, Mei finding himself another one. Sees him jump across from something, but cannot get the punish. Medusa, however, looking forward up
Udah
in
nggak sih
towards
bro?
mid. Not gonna
PK,
spot
PK,
out
PK,
Black
PK
because of the
aneh
wall.
banget guys, sumpah guys. Nice,
Oh,
do
something
something.
still holding strong now that he has backup over from DeVi.
Sends out that mosh. DeVi be spotted here by the cam, which he finally does notice. Takes that out, but look at Mind Freak.
Yeah, this is the one that's tough to read.
Ya, dia
I
nggak
mean,
punya TP,
yeah,
Cok. Kalau TP
DFM
enak
is
tuh.
very, very focused. Maybe they suspect it.
They do. The slow creep forward. Yeah, the read is there, and Anthem finds the kill. A 2v2 with something down to 23. That heal still on cooldown. Wingman goes for the plant, and Paperrex, they might just
Kenapa
opt
nggak
to
rotate
stay
ya, Cok? Udah pasti ke B nggak sih?
already on the opposite side of the map. So they are going to start rotating over, however.
See if they can find something. And now we do have DFM trying to get ahead of it. Anthem, not healthy, so he's seeing if he can just throw a curveball against him. He's going to find the perfect timing. That's all he
the one.
needs.
It
Yeah.
dips out. Doesn't even necessarily know the DeVi was there, but the
Doesn't
damage is
matter.
already dealt. And that's what he
Cok
needed,
dah, sumpah
DeVi.
guys. Ngapa sih? Ngapa sih? Nggak terong-terong gini
Clutch up
guys.
multiple times on Icebox. Can he do it again here? Wash out first. Knows that he needs a challenge forward. Needs to try to at least pick one of them off. Swing hit. Finds that ball! And he's done it again!
Wih, bisa, Jir.
Defusal come through. And bonus conversion going to be denied, but that is still a very solid round for DFM.
What?
Clutch aside. They take away 4 weapons from Paperrex, but good God, DeVi.
Holy. And here's why you try in those scenarios. If it's down to like a 1v2, you're already down on creds anyway. It's just going to be a hero rifle if you save it up. Might as well go for it. Because what if you get the clutch?
You know.
He's really digging deep into
Jelas
the
aja,
uncle
sumpah
roll
Cok, Davai,
on
Cok. Bisa
Paperrex.
begitu, Jir.
What a great clutch.
It's another astounding round. Scrape together purchase here for the side of Paperrex. Plenty of half armors, some guardians in there, as well as a bulldog. It's something is just so far forward, and Medusa's not prepared for it. Dealt with the thrash, still committed in. The dive forward. Forsaken able to avoid being detained, I do believe. Jing just trying to stave him off here in mid, finds one, shows up, and now built up, sent. Oh! Kill found. Test and Anthem knocked out of the park, and DeVi gets the closer. 2-2.
Wow.
Dapat dua, Cok, anjir.
Jing landed double kills with the ultimate. Don't see that every day from him. That was a nice send on the showstopper as well. And, I mean, Paperrex, they
Tadi dia
are
main
just
main dong.
constantly trying
Yeah,
to
lo,
press
Cok.
DFM's buttons.
Tiba-tiba
Right?
kenceng,
First,
guys,
there's a
Jing.
deep lurk into mid on the pistol, then you try it again on your eco. But then they've been pushing out of B. This time something goes so early that Medusa just has no idea. And then they're all caught up in mid. Now this is a... Yeah. This is a round where DFM
Gitu loh,
was
guys,
actually
ya,
trying to get
gitu loh,
ahead of
guys.
Paperrex themselves, trying to get mid control nice and early. Oh.
Takes quite a bit of damage. See the rotate coming through from DeVi, trying to get that heal across. Will be able to do so. Jing gonna get pushed back up towards 100 HP.
Now, I
Ini
would
dikasih senjata mulu, Cok.
love to see if DFM, right around the minute mark, are going to try to re-clear mid or B main with maybe a little bit of extra assistance on Medusa. But for now, it looks like it's just going to be all in on A.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
Anthem still clean with the Sheriff. It's an opening kill, something going to be taken down. Still just Forsaken on this side of the map thus far. DFM not looking to flood into the site, still taking their time.
They're now going to group up, though.
Main shell, that's Forsaken's back. He's able to find the opener, pushing forward, looking for more, and he collects 2 more. Kills found, he's stunned up, he's dealt with. Neth able to find that kill, but there's so much more to be done here for DFM. Vandal recovered. Reeve tuck away, the smoke dissipating. Goes into the re-challenge, but he's not ready for Divide to also be in position. Now it is all on Cess, and the spike is completely stranded. He's got the ult, but there's just certainly no way.
Nice, dapat kenceng banget
The
bro.
opportunity to think about it. Close out the round. Paperrex now in the lead.
Gue pikir bakal kalah guys, ternyata
Obviously, it
Jason
wasn't a
3
full
kill
buy
bro.
round here from DFM, so sticking together. And what I do like is that they've been doing a very good job of making Paperrex antsy, spreading Paperrex thin, right? Just saying that, hey, let's just continue to deny information. Oh my gosh, tracks him right out of the swing, then gets ahead of the smoke.
I don't know how. Sorry.
Nor do we.
Well, doesn't matter how, it just matters that you did it. Now, res available still for Paperrex. That clutch really spiraling him forward on that one. There's so much pressure here on Medusa to try to figure out where the deep lurks are coming from, right? Because you expect every round Paperrex has done it. So is it mid? Is it the other side?
Dia
I mean,
nyari
where
mulu
are
guys.
you? But
Bener tuh,
obviously
dia tuh
Medusa
selalu
not gonna
mencari
feel
Paperrex tuh
confident
bakal
to swing
kemana ya.
on his own every
Bakal
single
ngeler kemana
time.
ya gitu bro.
Calls for backup.
Oh, the swing forward. May going to be eating a little bit of damage there. Fault line coming across, but Jing at top mid. Is in position to find the punish. He gets taken down now. Seth trying to hold things down here in B main. Does come up with 2.
Okay,
Mind
3
freaking
lawan 3.
Forsaken. Both
Okay,
going to be on the
masalah.
floor.
He's got the ult as well.
Yep, TPing across the map. Plant will come through at A.
Hanya kosong
No,
lagi, bro.
DFM, they're going to try to get ahead of it, get some early picks, but Paperrex should suspect this just because they've given up A site for so long. Yeah, you can tell something. He's checking for it, buying time for the res.
Still a world away though, so this is going to be decent time bought for DFM with this plant in play.
Dizzy's
Something
available.
just staying stagnant for now. Trying to see if anybody comes swinging forward. Now, the rush around the corner. Already one dealt with, but something finds the kill. Swings
Nice!
in, finds Anthem, and now it's all down to Cess. 46 HP in a dream. Fault line not connecting the wall, however, coming up. He's pushed out of position by the aftershock, finds the first headshot, finds the second. He needs the ace clutch,
no.
but the wall is absolutely denying him.
Nice wall Jing, sumpah bro.
Oh man, thought there was a slight crack on the left side, but couldn't find it. I mean, if there was a crack, I think he played it perfectly.
Nice
right?
wall,
Waits for the
Jing.
second swing back out.
Jing lagi
but
davai.
Just a bit of
Salah.
miscalculation
Banyak
on
ada
the
Seagate, nanti
length
Jing
of
mulu,
that
bro.
wall. That's unfortunate. Says
Boleh gokil,
played
bro.
Played
Gila,
his
bro.
heart out on that round.
Lupa coy, tadi kan habis Jing pakai Sage guys.
Great covering fires, actually double stack at top mid. Something able to isolate these kills, gets in ahead of that Dizzy coming through, and Mind Freak just knowing that he's perfectly protected. Knows he would have had to have run around the wall to get onto
Aman,
that
guys,
angle
aman,
fast
guys.
enough. Heard no
Guys bro,
footsteps.
sunset
So
stage dapat bang, maaf guys, maaf
just
guys.
go ahead and stick through forward. That's a heartbreaker there for the side of DFM and Cess in particular.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you still played every other part building up to that quite well. Even the setup between Medusa and Anthem to try to get the initial retake shut down. It's just they thought, you know, after one kill, Medusa buys a little bit of extra time with the wide swing, and the Uto goes out to try to capitalize on the snowball. Bit of a miscalculation as Paperrex is ready to pounce after initial contact. But overall, see what changes DFM makes here. One thing that's
Mas Aron
again,
mana nih?
that has been
Nanti
pressing
main
them a
sama
little bit
Brando
is
apa?
these
Iya,
deep
nanti kan
lurks,
main
right?
chain
This time they
together,
had the right
together.
read, they call for the backup, and they think they have the extra numbers, but Jing from way back swings out from top mid.
Oh, analisnya bukan Sleepy
Never
bang,
count out
ya.
Paperrex.
Sebelah Sleepy tuh
to be
general
able to just
manager
be
guys,
there
bukan analis
for
sekarang.
each other.
GM-nya Indo.
DFM this time going to be grouped up to try to fight for mid control. Maybe even push all the way up to top mid. Whether they use it or not is going to be the question afterwards.
Ding. Ooh, taking some aggressive space. Does get that flash to the face. Aftershock to try to clear things out as well. Keep him a little bit more protected, but he just swings at an Anthem. Gets dropped. Now another Seth falls. The re-peek back. The 4-piece for Jing looking for the ace, and he's got it! Paperrex put pedal to the metal, and Jing absolutely annihilates them.
Apa itu,
Showstopper
Cok?
not required.
No, not at all. I thought that was the crazy part. as he double blast past forward. No
Apa itu,
showstopper.
guys?
Gets flashed. And then he just
Wah, ini orang gak
bounces
jelas,
around the
Cok.
walls here, isolating every single fight.
What the hell, man?
Oh,
Enemy remaining.
Unreal.
it's truly, I mean, one of the cleanest aces you've seen. It may not always be the flashiest, but it was damn clean.
That it was. Just so swift and decisive. I mean, just Paperrex having the exact read off the back of the timeout, and that is one way to just shut down the hopes and dreams of DFM.
Wah,
Medusa
gila, Cok.
again, just trying to
Turun sih
pull
mentalnya
something
guys,
off with
gituin
alert.
guys, anjir.
Paperrex
Clean
wise
banget
to it.
S-nya, Cok, sumpah,
Yeah,
Cok.
I mean, if they hadn't used the timeout, I would almost say this is another round where maybe you call the timeout because Medusa overextending. That's usually what happens when DFM starts to run out of answers. No, Cess, you better run.
Oh, Rocket not going to be able to get the kill.
Aduh,
This
nggak mati deh.
gets a little bit of damage across, but Mind Freak down.
Gering udah tamat, guys.
Takes out May. Paranoia going to be avoided. Neth noted, flushed out as the aftershock comes in. By swinging forward, not able to find Anthem. Still continues to be relatively clean when it comes down to the share of shots. Crucially, the weapons cannot be recovered. Not while Mind Freak is here watching.
One
And
enemy
he's just
remaining.
going to get himself
Spike down.
a couple
B.
additional kills. Quiet start for him. Now,
Satu lagi nggak sih,
a
Ron?
three-piece,
Satu
maybe
lagi nggak
even a
sih?
fourth.
Dar, palanya.
Yes, no, Sess will be able to shut him
Kalahnya
down
Aaron yang
within
hilang
the
maksudnya, guys,
round, but cannot rescue it. 6-2, Paperrex starting to run away.
Cuma dikasih
Yeah,
pistol
I mean,
doang,
hopefully
guys, anjir.
DFM, you just write that off to, again, it not being a buy round for yourselves. See if you can get an early pick with Medusa. You know, sometimes he goes on these crazy lurks, is able to win every single one of his duels.
One enemy
We've actually
remaining.
seen it happen here on this map over by the B side.
Ooh.
So now back to the buy round. I don't mind, you know, the adjustment they made after the timeout, but I would love to see them go for something similar again, because just because you got shut down on one round, you give up something your
Nah,
playbook
Bang, iya kayaknya
gets
dah.
halved straight down the middle.
May rushing forward, up in towards Market. Slow orb now at his feet. Flash to check out into the side itself, and oh, I think it goes right around to the opposite side of the divide, but it's still going to be dealt with. Cess finds that kill. In with a shout as DFM try to get themselves a third round victory plan coming through from the wingman. Is he connecting onto May, but when it comes in all the same, now it's a 5v4 on the post plan for
Dafa udah
DFM.
mati, Cok.
Medusa's timing has to be impeccable here. They're still wary of Market. We'll see if Forsaken clears it all the way. Oh, he doesn't spot Medusa. Medusa's going to take this time to go all the way around, really try to throw a curveball, but
Oh,
that
Jason,
means
Jason,
DFM
Jason.
cannot get sprayed out.
Now there's a ping down in mid, and look at this. Forsaken, he's watching the angle, but the timing, he pulls off a bit.
Nice.
Medusa doesn't spot him, and Forsaken rechecks into Boba. Medusa now gone, Diffuse starting to be stuck. But Anthem cleaning up too. Mind Freak finding May. Forsaken gonna be dizzied, has to back away. Two players left at time, just not on their side. They have to be the full hold here as they try to drag them out from the shadows.
Ngeting,
but
aduh, ding
DFM
momen.
will be able to stand firm. They will be able to come up with the necessary
Nice.
eliminations, but Cess cannot escape. Two players will take their weapons. DFM will break this win streak from Paperrex.
Yeah, and I mean, Paperrex, once they realized they didn't have enough time, just trying to make sure that they keep them all stuck here on B main, and you know, they'll get a little bit of further troubles, dropping Cess's weapon. But overall, I mean, sure, you had to use an ultimate,
okay,
you had to go for
guys.
that deep lurk, but whatever it
Gara-gara
takes to get
ulti
that
sih,
round
tadi
win,
ulti
there's
breeze
still
sama
a little
ulti
bit of
apa
room
dia?
to work with it
Pakai
as
berapa
a
ulti
method
tuh?
of conditioning. And we'll
Pakai
see.
satu
I
ulti
mean,
sih, guys.
Medusa, that late lurk, that does help, because that means one person from Paperrex always has to be watching their back.
Fault line just to make him think twice about pushing up here. As
Aduh,
Forsaken
Son, overtake
spotting
banget,
out
Son.
the legs of May, but was not ready for Anthem to be able to be a little bit wider. It's a good punish and start here the round for DFM.
Yeah, Net actually still held on to his fault line as well. You know, and once he got that first contact, it was an instant kill, so he doesn't have to send it. So now they still have it for the entry into the site. That's huge.
Mind Freak on the hunt.
Kau udah
DFM's ready
tahu, guys,
for it.
ada
They
lurking,
know.
It's
guys.
being watched. They want to just go ahead and make tiles completely unassailable, but hasn't stopped Paperrex in the past, but this time it will.
Dafa dapat dua tapi,
Solid
Cok.
kill found, something as well, going to be taken down, but A site resituated here from Paperrex, so DFM will cut their way back across the B.
And they'll just shut down the door as well. Spike taking the safe route all the way. Divide really trying to make things messy with that double kill over an elbow. But still,
Aduh, Cok.
numbers advantage. Fault line still available as well.
One enemy
Push
remaining.
in, there's the first, there's the second.
Ayolah.
DFM
Okay.
stringing another 2 rounds together, get themselves up to 4.
Kayak attack-nya mau nggak bagus ya guys ya. Kalau attack-nya jelek bahaya
I
nih.
mean, if they can make it a 6-6, it'd be incredible. As it looked like they were going to struggle to find, 2 rounds to string together here in the first half. But I like it. You go for the multiple, multi-man swing, then you still have the fault line at the ready to take control of elbow. And then you say, okay, hold, right? They're lower on numbers. They have to try to push out to get space. They don't have a hard sentinel, so they're going to have to push out at some point on the timing. DFM, they're still getting the good map reads. Now, if they can just continue to win a couple of these fights.
Oh! Well, the op-in play hasn't really been brought forward here from Paperrex thus far. Something now catching him off guard, is able to shut down May. Sent out the flash as well, flying. Forsaken sends the aftershock.
Oh, no.
The thrash goes forward. Kane and Cess dealt with. Right across, nearly connecting on the net as well for the finisher. Something now just looking to peek in. And will be able to fight.
Hey!
Back is Forsaken also gets dropped. 2 kills, but Jing at flank position. Peek out. They know that they can came back in here towards
Nice.
elbow, and Jing is able to clean up too. Spike now drops. Medusa all on his lonesome.
Not entirely sure if he would have made it out, as Jing had to exit just to regroup with his team.
I mean, they're fully reading that he might just push up
Yeah.
towards the site.
I mean, right, if you want to go all the way to B, so be it, right? It's going to be a 3v1. Oh, the one-way refresh.
Wah, kalau
Looks like with 30
rotate sih kok
seconds remaining,
kocak
he
sih.
will
30
make that
seconds
decision.
left.
Or at least the decision to drift away and try to save the weapon. Does have plenty of cash. Nobody on the side of Paperrex particularly close to any ultimates, so it looks like, yeah. We'll just go ahead, try to play this one out.
Close the door as well. You still have 1 extra trip. You've got the
10
cam.
seconds left.
You've got options. Know that they're coming in for market.
Door going to be broken down. Big setup on the trap wire. Paranoia not going to connect. Medusa is his way in towards backside. Smoke on the main. Cam destroyed. Wingman to lead the charge and try to defuse, but that's going to be the kill here onto something. So going for the stick.
Nice, Jing.
Picking up the
Oh,
operator,
Jing,
will be able
Cok.
to take him down.
Itu kita pindah dahulu tapi versi light bang emang iya guys.
What a hold here
Iya
from
guys.
something. I mean, that initial
Aman
shot
sih guys
on the
dapat
up.
8
He
lah,
survived for
8-4
so long,
terus attackernya
he
kencang
used
nih kayaknya.
every piece of utility that he had on that Gecko. First up, it's the op shot, then he survives, throws the mosh to shut down one side as he's getting pressured with the paranoia. He draws out like every single flash available, uses the thrash in the middle of it all to secure an extra kill for Forsaken. I mean, a master of his craft.
Nice.
Back last year, I still remember when he
Skin
first
Vandal
picked up
bang,
the
beli,
breach, it
beli,
was
itu beli.
fine,
Skin itu,
but
tapi
it
Vandal
wasn't
doang,
anything
gua
right
nggak
home
beli
about. But now
bundle.
he's still up and he's still using the util even better than ever. And Ab's just becoming this great flex player for Paperrex.
Anjir,
Now he pivots over, gets himself situated here on B. So we'll miss the opening shot, but clears up the cam all the same. Has to back away. Maj going to be set the try as the wave. Mindfreak up over the top there. Ian
Aduh,
Martin
Mindfreak
shut
kenapa
down
jadi
May.
nge-wave
Able to
gitu,
come away
bro?
with that kill.
I know exactly.
Neural Theft now invested. Divine has to pull back off the angle as the flank gets ready to come through.
Yeah, curious to see if it's going to be another wraparound from someone other than May, as May is weak.
Forsaken
In
gets
health.
one. Well, Thunder will be online.
Itu maulinya siapa bro?
Satchel out.
May's still holding for as long as possible.
Spray in through. Medusa going to be taken down. Wingman now in for the defuse. May dealt with 4v3, the man advantage back here into the hands of Paperrex. Forsaken goes pushing forward. He's got the Rolling Thunder online, and he's going to send it right at Anthem, who is absolutely screwed. A 3K for
Tuh,
Jake.
kenapa begitu ya?
8-4 on the half. Paperrex out in front by 4 rounds.
I mean, every time, both times, Medusa
Mindfreak tadi
and then
panas
now
sih.
this time
Mindfreak
May, they
tuh
go for that
panas.
deep lurk into
Kadang
Boba.
bau-bau,
They
kadang
wait
jago-jago
until
banget,
first
bro.
contact happens, and that just happens to him even the moment also where Paperrex is waiting and says, well, you never know. We just check one more time. Device coming out of market, locks eyes with May, and Devi wins that fight. And at that point, you've already been pushed in over on B main. So it's a bit
Gila, Alex
unfortunate.
ketawa-tawa,
So
Alex,
you take a
guys.
look
Gila,
at
guys.
the live winning percentage based on their performances on each
Kena
side
fix kubur bang
in the
anjing,
past.
nyangkut bang, iya cowok.
DFM, I mean, not the lowest we've seen, so there's still some shot here, but
Wow.
obviously the 8-4 scoreline. Ooh, wow.
Okay. Well, this took some at-home effort.
But how many hoops can he actually make? That's the real
Gila,
I would-
net May. Gila
very
baju
much love to
Paperrex
see it.
berkumandang guys.
Yeah.
Korea guys.
Yeah, a little 5-on-5 here in Pacific. I wouldn't mind that.
Justru Mindfreak paling berkembang. Iya, berkembang juga guys. Tapi emang gitu guys. Mindfreak itu emang mungkin karena suka bau-bau. Tapi kalau lagi pedas banget.
One that's 6-6, one
Kelasnya juga kelasnya apa sih kelas penting masalahnya guys.
In the replay, or if we'll be a bit kinder, but the miss on, yeah, we don't have it. The miss on the Mosh as well from Anthem.
Yeah.
Not allowing them to just further delay. But as soon as Forsaken got that one kill,
Jam 5 guys ya.
Right there.
Yeah, that was it. The Rolling Thunder. I mean, up close and personal as well. As we do look at both Omens sticking with that half armor. No sheriffs this time around.
Anjing hanya 4 cow nih mau digas hanya nih.
Could get a little more chaotic. Now Paperrex, you know, they've kind of favored both sides, just depending on their opponent, depending on
enak sih guys kalau
what they
guys.
want to set up for in the later part of the halves on the pistol here. So if it's the B side, you know, obviously you just wall up and walk in kind of for free. But this time saying, hey, we want to just fight him over on A. If we can win, then it's an easy post plan with that Sage Wall.
for Asarai on the guess and gain. Be praying that May goes absolutely nuclear here in this half. He's managed to find one before getting traded out, but it's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. Very much here in the favor of Paperrex as Neth now will be forced away. The flash is set to just try to buy himself some space and time. And Divide
Ada tekernya serem kan, dibilang tekernya serem bro.
Speaking of walls, Medusa now completely walled off.
Spike planted.
There's not much else
Gila
to
bro
do.
anjir. Tekernya serem guys, mau 4 lawan 5 juga digas bro.
That Sage Wall, the barrier is just so strong on the pistol. He had to win the first fight, and he'll get one, but that's all he's going to get, as it's just too many people alive for Paperrex going up 9-4.
Oke, Pisoron balik lagi guys, Paperrex
To
guys.
run away with this one, looking to deliver another 13-4 map result, perhaps. And that ties things up 2-2 in those pistol rounds.
Gila cok, mancing
Paperrex
kan.
just
Pistolnya pedes juga.
perfectly ready for the push up into that smoke.
Yeah, one step ahead of it as well. So good read from Paperrex. I love that they initially
Maptek nih,
waited
Bang.
to see
Iya
if
sih.
there's any util to try to take strong control, since the Cypher is usually going to be on the B site.
May nggak menyala banget guys,
Read on
May guys.
DFM's
Biasa aja dia.
tendencies, but it was just a
Lagi
passive
biasa aja deh.
version of DFM coming out on that pistol round.
Well, it's a gamble stack on A. Once again here for the side of DFM. This time Paperrex all just sat here within B main. Warp grabs here for Jing. Try to build up another showstopper if possible. Wall comes through. And Dizzy spots out nothing, so they know that it's a free plant.
Yeah, and at this point, there's not too much DFM can do
I got you.
on the pistols against the Sage barrier, etc. Everything here on the B site. Obviously, the spam ready to come through with that plant. So they're just going to hold on the outsides. A couple of them, see if they can get some exit frags. The rest of them, see if they can go down to the spike.
There's the swing out, the shoulder spot, and the headshot from Forsaken. Divine now up within the smoke, finds the first, tries to swing out, will get shut down. Anthem able to come away with that kill.
Nice, sabar, sabar.
But widely, nothing more that DFM can do other than just get corralled here at back sight. Try to die here to the spike.
Oh, Jing wants more.
Yeah, he wants this whole charge, and he will be rewarded with it. 2 more kills going to be collected. Neth now stunned up, chased away, but I mean, ultimately, you got to die. He's representing Paperrex here with the Classic. We'll be able to find that final kill. We'll just go diving into the abyss, but now 10-4. Paperrex, the bonus
Biasanya walaupun
conversion,
jarang menang, tapi
basically
defense
seal the
juga.
deal on
Guys,
this map
kalau
this
Jepang
year.
itu gede guys ya.
Jing,
Valorant di
20
Jepang itu tuh gede guys
7.
penontonnya guys. That's why kenapa tim Jepang tuh masih banyak penontonnya guys.
Obviously, he was playing fine in the
Kalau
Icebox,
Jepang itu
so
Valorant lumayan terkenal guys ya.
other members really popping off.
Jason.
Yes.
Yes?
Kamu jadi ngantuk gini guys ya.
I think even the editor was waiting for that.
Atau gara-gara one-sided banget guys gamenya guys.
We need a player named Freddy, so we can have Freddy versus Jason.
Gara-gara one-sided kali guys ya, jadi kayak ngantuk gitu guys.
Maybe DRX could rename someone to Freddy. The rivalry could come back here.
Freddy 9.
Freddy 9! There you go.
I feel like the only other like normal person name that we have kind of on the cusp is Jerry. Over in Korean Challengers.
Yeah, in Korean Challengers, yeah.
Oh, and actually with Abyss coming out, Jerry, oh boy.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's going to be going off the side of the map quite a bit.
Little
you know,
history
you know.
there, yeah, a little history there.
Cess now trying to take a very aggressive position as here comes Jing.
Whoa!
Whoa, the Dragon Claws. Cess is rewarded with a second
Itu
kill.
flash apa cuy anjing?
Mindfreak keeping up on top of the box. She's going to have to be sat back, but man, what an opener from Cess.
Well, now they have the read on Forsaken as well, so they don't need to necessarily challenge him. They just have to make sure that he doesn't get any more space off of top mid. That smoke not going to mean too much as you do have 2 members for DFM over on Boba. Even the wingman still clearing, still 2 watching A main. I mean, this is as solid as a default goes here for DFM. No reason to change it up. Still got the tripwires on B as well.
Shock not going to clear that. Forsaken clearly caught off guard as a wingman.
30 seconds
Moving forward,
left.
going for that plant. Aftershock going to be sent, but it's a second too late. Cannot get the interrupt, so now in a post-plant scenario, 3v5 here is Paperrex.
Totally doable with this plant. I mean, DFM, you're going to have to push the smoke at some point.
I mean, how many times have we seen Mind Freak in this exact position as well? Getting it done by himself. Paint Shell's going to be lobbed his way. Fault line not connecting. Forsaken looking to get the punish there on the net, but Mind Freak's the first to fall. Forsaken eventually rewarded for his spam. Finds one, finds a second. So that the fuse is being held. May flushes out 2 more kills. DFM not going quietly into the night. They deny that bonus conversion. They get themselves a 5th round win.
Yeah, I do like that they throw the util behind the box to route out Mind Freak. What a shot, by the way, from Cess. And then, as they're saying the fault line, even if it doesn't hit everybody, they realize, okay, well, the back of the box is cleared, and we just saw them kind of peeking out right before the smoke blooms, so we can stick the half to begin with, and then we'll go from there. Cess jumps onto the spike right away.
Ya, tadi bonus guys ya. Aduh, deh bonusnya miskin, cok. Oh, bonusnya beli semua,
Buys
cok.
here for Paperrex. They'll mix and match as best as they can. 1 Guardian, 1 Sheriff, and 2 half armors.
Over the top, May.
Hey.
Some very aggressive space. Comes up with 2 quick kills. Aftershock pushing him back.
Ya elah,
The
apa
swing to
sih?
really find the punish. So will just be efforts to stave them off rather than actually turn things around and get the kills from Paperrex.
Spike is dropped. Not sure if DFM caught sight of that right before they had to exit away from all the chaos, but either way, yeah, they smoke it off. I like this from DFM. It's a good adjustment, trying to get ahead.
Hello.
Oh,
Wall up over the top of May now, on for an ace. Tries to turn for the flash, but Anthem will take it
Elah,
away.
teka lagi nih, bro.
Balls round up for
Hey.
DFM. Very much needed to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, this is huge. Starts to snowball a little bit economically here for DFM, and it also shows
Katanya mau
that
seru,
okay,
Bang.
we can
Serunya
make some
jangan kalah
confidence
juga dong,
calls, right?
tembak-tembakan.
We jump in early, take away everybody, drop the spike over on B main, and instead of just waiting for Paperrex to re-challenge you, say, okay, they're going to have to re-clear, the smoke's out, and we'll just try to get them on a surprise right from behind. And May happy with that one.
The contrast of May and Texture when they don't get their aces is staggering.
Oke, guys. Yo, ikut dulu, bro.
A cute little smile and then just the writhing, screaming from Texture.
Yeah, Texture just turns into the loudest player possible in VCT.
And there's a showstopper, there's the kill. Goodbye taken down. Entry in from Market. Now just the cut back. It's going to be a mid-take here from Paperrex. As door gets shut behind them.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so now that you have B main control, DFM just saying, all right, the map's flipped. That's fine. We're basically going to trap them in mid. But look at this. Paperrex utilizing every piece of the map as best as they can. And Anthem, he has a bit of an inkling. The Spidey senses, they're coming online.
Full cut through this defender spawn. Rotate coming around. And one-way smoke set up here. No one to play off of it, but just to try and dissuade Paperrex. They all get flushed right in towards Anthem. On scopes, though. Forsaken able to collect that kill with 2 shots. Weapon now can be recovered. The plant coming through. This will be a devastating round loss here for DFM. 4v4 for the retake. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Kalau menang sih GG sih.
You have a lot of util, but May is all alone, so you're going to have to make sure
Masih
that
util
the
masih
initial
banyak, bro.
pieces give May an opening to try to break into elbow.
Dizzy, the pump. Alerting them here is May. Snappy with a headshot. Does shut down Forsaken. That's the recovered weapon now. Mind Freak as well. Dead. And Shell sent flying. Jing still up on top of the box. Unscouted thus far. Something with a party give headshot there on the net. They'll come up with 1 additional kill, but DFM with 3 players left alive. They'll be able to get themselves now up to 7. Only 3 rounds separating.
Yeah, it's not that far off. And May is only 3 points away from the showstopper again. Used it at the beginning of this round. Gets that kill, and I love that DFM just says, all right, they already took mid, fine. All we wanted was B main, now we flip the map. Anthem holding that angle a bit too close. Actually doesn't get the advantage that he normally wants on that viewpoint.
VIP mabar. Okay. Time out.
Come alive.
Well, Asteroid's going to be happy about that one. He's trying to claw his way back up the scoreboard.
Still a ways to go.
Lu bilang Mei nggak terlalu panas, Bang. Iya ya.
Paperrex
Ah, nggak sengaja,
Great
Me.
conversion
Balik lagi
on
aja,
their
balik ya, Me. Balik
timeouts,
aja,
and
Me.
part of that is you don't have to call too many if you're the coach of Paperrex, and you call it right when they need it most. And Alex, he's really been, I think, finding that value. I mean, you can say what you want about the timeout win percentages. Obviously, some coaches will favor to use it on an eco just to calm things down. But and once it goes over 50%, that's when you know, okay, there's something going on here. There's definitely some impact that can be felt. I think those are the extremities we're looking for. See what the differences are this time. The weakness of this composition for Paperrex, or any variation of it, has been shown time and time again. And one of the biggest parts of it is that you don't have a hard sentinel. So
panik
once
karena
you
jam 5
commit,
mau
you're
rantai,
kind of
Bang.
just
Iya juga sih
letting
ya.
the lure go away from you. You have to just keep pushing. And that's why we see wraparounds like we did in that previous round. See what the remedy is. Obviously, it does help to have 4
Me
ultimates
tempatku
on
saat maling mangga, Bang, ya benar.
It's a lot.
4 ulti sih harusnya menang sih, guys ya.
Crash on the opposite side, though. Certainly stir things up.
4 ulti.
This is for now. Big stack of top mid here for DFM.
Slow creep out. They're expecting all the ultimates to be dumped onto A site. DFM has the read off of the timeout here.
Yeah, just backed away. Showstopper not going to be getting any value here for Jing. Sends it to clear an angle. Plant can still come through, but DFM very quickly getting corralled around this A site. Mind Freak, the first line of defense here for Paperrex. Needs to try to win out on these fights, and he's just not ready.
Guys,
Caught off guard.
aduh.
It comes with the kill. Now Device sent packing, running away. Thrash moves it for the chase. Hey, gonna get caught. My something's there. Rolling Thunder now, going across. Aftershock, just trying to push him into that. Paperrex buying some space here. Zavai comes up with a first. Medusa gonna be taken down.
Now you know it's everybody coming in from the flank. Paperrex just smartly backing away.
Jing eating a bit of damage there from the paint shell. Fault line not connecting. Devi, however, still trying to hold it down, get himself that third.
Nice.
The push forward, now it's all on the Anthem with
Nice.
5 HP, and he cannot make it happen. Paperrex
Ngelamun,
call
Cok.
the
Masih, Cok.
timeout. They get their
Masih tadi
win.
timingnya jelek banget,
Closing
guys.
out this series.
I mean, it might feel like an overinvestment, but quite frankly, if it gets you just one step away from that match point, you take it wherever you can. So Paperrex, I love that they just dump everything as soon as they realize the majority is coming around on the flank. And then Devi, tasked with watching the, I guess, counter flank now coming in from top mid. Well done. I mean, getting that kill onto Medusa, that really makes
Let's
things
go.
a lot easier here on the post plant.
Final shot. Kneecapping him there. 3 players over towards this A side. Mage is going. Jiggle peeking, taps the orb. Jing now flash packing forward. Cess out in front of him. Doesn't manage to find one. Devi gonna be traded up, but Jing quick to turn around. Finds the kill on the enemy Omen. Smokes now taken away from DFM. Turn on the flag. Tap, but Mage.
Nice flash
back
ke
a
Pajasot.
bit too soon.
Nice. Let's go.
Just
12
gonna be
yuk, 12 yuk.
Paperrex
2
working
lagi,
their way
2
forward
4
here
yuk.
towards this A site, not being dissuaded whatsoever.
And it's just, these are the rounds where you really feel how tough it is to just try to get a map win in the VCT. Right?
Let's
You
go.
just have to be
Let's
pinpoint
go.
focus every
13
round of the
7
way.
kan,
Otherwise, it doesn't
28.
matter if it's 2 rounds, 3 rounds away, it suddenly starts to feel like Mount Everest that you have to climb over. As Forsaken, okay, not going to get the spray down, but does make it near impossible for Medusa.
Yang cepat, Cok, mau jogging.
Doesn't hit.
I'll call it out wherever I can.
Nah, yang justru itu karena speknya bagus, Bang. Karena
You
picknya
heard
juga
him on the
rendah,
last
guys.
one. I don't know how.
Well, Medusa, I mean, you have the creds. You want to do whatever you can, but Cess doesn't have full creds either, and it's looking pretty much impossible.
Being able to get that one kill to get the neural theft online would be nice here, but just have to say tucked back. Fortunately, there's no friendly fire in this game.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That should
My
be the April
gosh.
Fools. They should just toggle that on without
Honestly,
telling
yeah.
anyone.
One of these years it's going to happen.
It would just be a really good way to just mess with everyone.
Might get a lot of people banned from the chat. Everyone getting their first chat suspensions on that day.
Well, what they should, you toggle it on and you
Main
just
rantau
disable
persahabatan
chat.
jam 5 kah, Bang?
okay,
Betul.
yeah, there you go.
No voice comms, no text chat, everything turned off.
One more, guys.
So
One
there you go.
more.
Last ditch
One
effort.
more
because Paperrex have
one
got
more
themselves
guys.
up 12. DFM will call their final timeout to try to get the rally back.
I mean, you do whatever you can here for DFM. Obviously, they've been knocked out of playoffs, but hey, listen, who would have thought at the beginning of the year that we would be still talking about the positives that DFM is showing in a matchup against Paperrex? Obviously, you know, still a ways to go to try to catch up to the Titans. but it's been improvement. So you take whatever rounds you can get to see if maybe, just maybe, you can push it to an overtime, maybe to a third map. Show a little bit more of what you have to the fans, not just here, not just in Japan, but throughout the world, as they have been gaining a lot of momentum on that front.
Well, it all comes down to this. 5 consecutive is what is necessary to take us into
go.
overtime.
Kamu datang WP oleh Paperrex lagi nggak Bang Cio? Kayaknya nggak ada WP. Emang ada WP offline guys? Lu watch party, harus watch party nontonnya guys.
Here in the past.
Yes, this should do. This goes.
DFM themselves pull it off. 3 away from Rolling Thunder, the Neural Theft. The showstopper just 1 charge away.
Forward.
Just the res on the opposite side.
Monitor mereka kayak 240 deh,
Like
360
this
gua
first
lupa.
VC util here from Divide to try to slow things out over on main. That's going to buy them the time they need to take control of mid. I like this from Paperrex. It's a good adjustment on not having that true sentinel.
Clear out on the boom bot. May swinging out, but shut down Divide. Able to readjust to find that kill. Does get traded. Assess. He's away with 1. That's going to be DFM top mid.
Chill out.
Bisa now though in a risky position. Unscouted by 1. Managing to find the double headshot. Sees how Jing takes out something and Cess finds Forsaken. Timeout working a trade as it's now all down to Mind Freak in a 1v3. Spike stranded in market, and on that TP, Jiggle Peak, Cess should have seen him.
Yeah, and now you see them. They're all focused on this entry into the market. Gonna start to back out so that they can make sure that they trade for each other. Otherwise, they would have given over the 1v1s.
Finds the first, finds the second. Spike now picked up, door shut, the TP across the map. But Anthem wise to it. Gets the rotate, plant now coming through. 8 HP, 8 kills. Mind Freak, can he clutch it to end it right here? Wingman there, available. Forward the defuse for Anthem, but for now, just staying silent, waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Nothing spotted. Wingman sent out, Mind Freak still wrapping around the side, but he's got to have to pick up the pace here as the defuse gets ready to come through. Swings in, interrupts it, it's held to half.
As the Mosh.
The Mosh sent, he tries to find the shot, but Anthem will bail them out.
NT.
Wow, I mean, just too much util. But hey, credit to Mind Freak for trying to swing out. All you need to do is land that headshot before the ticks come through on the Mosh. So he identifies the winning condition, but just a little tough to execute on that one.
All starts here. I mean, fantastic hold from Medusa. This looks like they're going to have to tend the rights. I mean, Boombot, sure, that misses, but there's a Wingman, there's a Dizzy coming his way. He's able to isolate.
Dan together jam 5 guys
Pick
ya,
them
jam
off,
5,
keep
jam
them in the
5
round, keep
guys.
them in this
Jam
series.
5
One
guys.
more to go.
That goes there.
If they can work through this one, economy of Paperrex is going to be broken down quite a bit.
Oh, this is a bit of a hard read from DFM onto the B pressure. They've left top mid empty. With the trap wire, you close the door as well, so no need to really pay too much attention over onto mid unless there's some sneaky shrouded step coming over that trap.
Jing got what he wanted though. Cess spotting out multiple players here at A. Time to just back away. See over the top, quickly dealt with. Paranoia as well sent. He'll swing out and I mean something. He does get punished. It will be quickly traded out. A 1-for-1.
Smoke mati guys, smoke mati guys.
Either side.
Smoke mati
Yeah,
guys.
there's no need to commit to the over rotate here
They
from
just res him?
DFM.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you like that they slow things down, right? The res comes out, what can you do about it? You weren't there for the showstopper.
Harusnya sini winnable banget ya.
Now it's just
5
trying
lawan
to
4
cut
guys.
in, but they've done this so many times. I gotta wonder, Paperrex might have a read on it once they get onto the site.
Starting to work their way across. They'll
Duh,
push up
flank-nya
through
cowok, flank-nya
tiles.
cowok.
Bisa just drifting in through mid. Wall now going to be raised. Not broken down. Showstopper available here from May. Aftershock interrupts the plant. Not going to be picked up, but that gets Forsaken actually a Rolling Thunder. Something going to be taken down. He and May just killing each other off. Anthem now on the push, spotting on the shoulder divide, finds him, cannot readjust for Mind Freak. And Forsaken
Tiga
will
Jason
deliver
cok.
the third
Dari
and
mana
final
dapat 3
blow.
Jason?
13-8. Paperrex. They deal with DFM in 2-0 style.
13-8
Listen,
guys ya. Gelo
I mean,
guys.
DFM, I think
Gaming
they continue to show
buat
some of the improvements that they've made
Paperrex.
throughout this year against the likes of Paperrex, but
Aduh, guys.
Paperrex just gets too
Kita
strong
siap-siap dulu
coming
buat
into
main
stage
chain
2,
together
and on
jam
top of
5 guys
that,
ya. Setengah jam lagi
what
kita
do
main
you
chain
do
together
when
guys.
you're
So
just not able to win enough
stay
gunfights
tune.
consistently? So that's
Dan
something that
jangan
they'll have to
lupa
figure out,
teman-teman
you know,
sampai
the timing
jumpa
between
nanti
utility
jam
and
5
gunfights
ya
here for
guys.
DFM.
Oke.
Yep, I'd say a solid
Party
run back.
kompe akan
Obviously, that
masuk
Icebox,
dalam
their map
jadi
pick not going
kocak
their way
e-sport
at
seperti
all,
biasa, guys,
13-4.
oke?
But to
Thank you,
be
guys.
able to
Sampai
go into
jumpa.
the sunset, a
Assalamualaikum
map that
Bye guys, makasih udah
win
nemenin
rate
aku,
on,
makasih
one
udah
that
like, jangan lupa like
Paperrex
dulu.
looked
Thank you udah join
absolutely
member,
stagnant
thank you udah give member,
on.
thank you yang
Pushed
sudah
them
subscribe
to,
juga guys.
be
Terima
able to
kasih,
pick up
sampai
8
jumpa
rounds
and
themselves. I think it was a good rally back.